Another day, another drama in the streamer world. My bad. And this time we have Sykkuno. I I'd never imagine, Sykkuno being involved in basically drama. I do know him from Among Us, like when everyone was in COVID quarantine, lockdown and stuff like that. I feel like almost everybody watched these Among Us YouTubers. You know what I mean? Like Pokimane, Ludwig, Sykkuno, and stuff like that. And yeah, I just know that he basically started streaming or gaming because he was looking for friends, like really lonely, like shy, lonely Asian, like that's almost sadly the standard, And well, let me see, did I cut it out a little bit? Yeah, wait a minute. So I think it should be right there, somewhere like that. Wait, my bad. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, okay, okay. My bad. So yeah, he is basically a really shy, you know, Asian. I saw a few things, you know, of this drama already, but I was like, okay, let me react to it completely. And this one has the most views, 2 million, 4 days ago. So here we go.
Of 4 years has recently become obsessed with a male streamer, and I feel really uncomfortable about it. This was a post made on the subreddit r/relationship advice around the end of 2020. What was particularly shocking here is that barely just a few days after making that initial post, he'd end up breaking up with his girlfriend. Her obsession with that streamer was that irrational. And during that time,
Girl, wait. Girl throws away 4-year relationship for Sykkuno.
she wasn't the only one who might have felt this way. That's because the male streamer in question here
Oh my god. My bad, my bad, my bad. All right.
was none other than Sykkuno,
Is
a
that good
name and
enough?
face that had become a core memory of the COVID-19 pandemic, more specifically when everyone was locked up in their homes. In the span of less than a year, he would go from having 1,000 average viewers on Twitch to 50.
Man, COVID times, bro. Yeah, I need to say things like like if I had streamed, in the COVID years, I would have been like maybe as big as Sykkuno. Who knows? If I bought Bitcoin when it was $1, I would maybe be a billionaire. Who knows? If I change my gender, like I might be in the LGBTQ community now. Like who knows? If like let's I try to stop using if because it's like well you can't change it, and why think of something that will not happen? You know what I mean? Okay, you can say like, if I, tomorrow, if I start going to the gym, I might, like that's of course, yeah, yeah. I mean, like you be persistent at the gym because I signed a gym membership today. So, if I, work out regularly, then I, of course, should get more muscles, but I don't want to go too crazy. I want to be like a little bit like on the leaner side and more athletic than like some people are like really buff and like they can't really like move and stuff, and moving mobility is really important.
thousand, even having a stream where he peaked at over 100,000 concurrent viewers. What he'd be most known for was his gameplay of Among Us with his friends, who happened to be very big content creators as well. Not only would he get tens of
Toast, yeah,
thousands of
toast.
concurrent viewers
Okay,
on Twitch, but he would get
Boozly,
millions
okay.
upon millions of
Yeah, yeah, okay. I was in that. Like I watched a little bit of these Asian streamers, but not that much. You know, not that crazy. Um, like the craziest streamer community really is like the W and L community. You know what I mean? Like the Aiden Ross. Like it really started strong with Aiden Ross. I did, was in the streaming scene a little bit, watching the streaming scene a little bit with Pokimane, Ludwig, and the old ones like League of Legends also, then Among Us, then like IRL, like IRL is pretty nice.
views on his YouTube channel
Shout out to
as well.
Aiden
And while his
Ross.
rise to fame is definitely incredibly impressive, what was truly unparalleled here is his extremely high ratio of female viewers, confirmed to having been higher than any of his other content creator friends. His handsome look, his anime sounding voice, and his witty jokes made
Oh yeah. Like his voice is like so soothing. Like he nearly perfected his voice, Like he's really, I would say, like considerate, but I didn't like how he is like a little bit too, for example, he saying like, I don't know which game it was, like maybe Overwatch, like I'm not that good in Overwatch, you know what I mean? And then just basically destroys everybody. And I'm like, bro, like just be honest, bro. Like, don't just pretend like, or just, just say like, don't just say like, basically you lie. You know what I mean? Like you saying, yeah, I'm not that good. I mean, you might not be like a pro, but you are like maybe like better than the average. You know what I mean? Like I would not tell myself like I'm not that good in that game. Only if I really am not good. Like, for example, I just started a game.
women go rabid. In fact, it was also a joke that he would turn male fans gay.
Like don't speak negatively about yourself. You know what I mean? Like don't oh, not don't, but try not to, because it's just bad, you know, talking to you negatively. It's like I'm not that good in the game, or like Gen Z's favorite words. I'm going to kill myself. Like, oh my god, my glass just dropped. Water all over my floor, and glass is shattered, and I have to now clean it up. I really want to kill myself. You know what I mean? Like these, y'all say it to anything. You know what I mean? And it's just bad saying that. Like y'all really like, yeah, I understand maybe life sucks for y'all like really hard, but yeah, it begins all mentally, you know? It begins all mentally.
But what made him really desirable is just how socially awkward he was. He was innocent in an endearing way. He was a boy failure that needed a woman to fix him. In a nutshell, he was this picture, almost allergic to other women. He just couldn't handle anything romantic. He would get too flustered. This made many of his fans want to be the one to finally fix him. But make no mistake here, this was all a perfectly crafted image that he had made for himself. He wanted you to think that he was innocent, naive, a boy failure.
One thing also, bro, what, like when he left, he's like almost always covering up his um teeth. And I was like, bro, like I just need to know now, like how bad are his teeth? And then I really searched like on Google looking how his teeth look. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, it's like when Kakashi, when they try to um take his mask off to see like how his mouth and looks, like curiosity, of course. I really thought it was like bad teeth, but his teeth are pretty clean, I would say, like it's not even crooked. So Asians, you know what I mean? Like Asians, like some Asians, like, but I only saw it in Asian women, actually, not Asian men.
who's inexperienced in relationships and would never hurt a fly. Because in reality, behind this mirage, this illusion, there was a master manipulator, a serial cheater, and a predator. Someone who would make it a point for many years to target smaller content creators, take full advantage of the fact that he was one of the most desirable men in the streaming world, all while making it seem like he had no experience with women and that it just might be romantic. They just might be that special someone who can fix him. What he would somehow forget to tell them, though, is
That's what we do. That's what men do. Oh, that's what men try to do with women. I can fix her. No, don't try to be Mr. Mr. Captain Save HO. You know what I mean? Like this song. I don't know
that
how
he had
like
been in a
what the phrase
monogamous
really is, but
relationship
it's okay.
since 2021. But you don't have to take my word for it, because he admits to everything in
Since 2021, bro, that's 5 years in a relationship, and then he cheated.
a recorded voice call with the victim herself. And on top of that, that same victim, who goes by the name of Hemamal VT, would choose to write a Google Doc that shows the entire timeline, her and Sykkuno's DMs together, as well as
It really also said exposing Sykkuno. Okay.
DMs of another victim that actually slept with Sykkuno while being totally oblivious to the fact that he has been in a relationship since 20.
Okay, I have to know like how bad really is like cheating, and what does it start? What would you say? Like with riding with another girl, just texting and nothing else? Or like when it gets physical? I mean, everybody has their own opinion, I guess.
21. This might be one of the most impactful and longest running lies in content creation history. I want to thank the two victims in question for trusting me with this very heavy topic and for allowing me to make the first comprehensive video on it. So without further ado, let's
Victims?
get
Yeah, okay. Okay.
right
Yeah, they
into
are
this
kind of
mess. All right, so first off,
victims.
who the hell is Sykkuno? Well, right into this mess. All right, so first,
Bro, when I saw that picture, because I did not know that he looks like that for real. But it all makes sense now. Like I'm like he's not bad looking, when I saw him on stream and stuff like that. But like bro, I'm not the most handsome guy. Let's be honest. But even like probably some people even call me chopped, which is okay, but it's like, bro, we are men. Like it doesn't matter like how ugly you think you are, or you know what I mean. Uh, you should never use makeup, especially men. But I also think women should not do it. It's like, bro, I don't want to see your IRL filter. Like I really want like, can we just go outside, with no filters, with no makeup, which is filter, basically, with no makeup, with no filter. And the best would be even like if we all be like naked, of course, not in like colder countries, but dress basic stuff, like everybody trying so hard look really good, and it's really starting with little kids and children, watching all these TikTok videos, how to cut hair, like the flow haircut, which I learned. Shout out to TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and stuff like that. Um, what else? And yeah, like they act like adults, bro. These little kid, teenagers, and stuff like that. But it's just bad. But we are responsible for that. The adults. But who is really an adult? Like who is really taking responsibility for humanity? Like if you are an adult, I would say you we are really responsible for what is going on in this world. Um, and then like if you look at it like this, you go harder. You will go harder, then you go 100%. Like and try to make the world like better, if you know what I mean.
First off, who the hell is Sykkuno? Well, before starting his streaming career, he actually used to be a software engineer working in the Bay Area of California. His monotonous office life would change forever though when he would meet Lily Pichu, a well-known content creator who actually started making content as far back as 2012. However, when they met, she was
Like I saw some of these clips,
far from being the very
just
well-known
so you
content
know.
creator that we know today. It was back during the Season 3 World Championship for League of Legends during the year of 2013, so barely a year into her content creator journey. Sykkuno would be aware of her content. He'd reach out to her and would want to meet her, seeing that they're both at the same place. Lily Pichu agreed, thinking, oh, am I about to meet a fan? That's awesome. She'd be absolutely shocked when that fan would show up with a massive bouquet of flowers. As she was about to thank him, he would run away back to his cousins. According to him, these were his only friends at the time. He was that lonely. He was simply too embarrassed to interact with her further. This interaction left a good impression on Lily Pichu, and they kept in touch for years to come. In fact, as she would start her streaming journey, she'd play with her friends, and one of those friends would be Sykkuno. Her viewers would start to express interest in him, especially seeing that his voice sounded like an anime character. There was genuine demand in her community to know what he looked like. What they didn't know though was that Lily Pichu had already shown him. He was there with her when she went to Summoners Con 2015, and he
2015, bro. That is 11 years. Oh my god, bro. Like, what is this time, bro? This is 11 years ago. But 11 years ago, I was not like in the like a baby, like some of y'all. Like uh, 11 years ago, I was 19, bro. Oh my god. That is crazy. Um like I really do think he is really like lonely and has had no friends. That's why he's gaming. Like that's a lot of people do it like that. But like you can't just escape through gaming. I mean, you can find friends through gaming, but it's like there's a whole world outside, like reality that is going on. And you should like know how to move in this real world that we are in. Like escaping reality, it's like you can do it and try, all the time, but reality will catch up to you. It will.
was right there with her in her vlog. But most of her community were simply not aware of this. So seeing that there was growing demand to see what he looked like, they decided to do a face reveal live on Lily Pichu's stream around the year of 2019.
Yeah. You're such a dear.
I might have to do something like that. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry for like exploiting, but I might need to exploit like a stream or something, like a female streamer or male streamer, like get her, or maybe not him, but get her some flowers on a Twitch con or something like that, and like be friends with that. Like how everybody is doing it nowadays. Like shout out to Ray, Rakai, and stuff like that. Who else? You know, like, but then I'm like, bro, like, I don't want to do this. Like, I really need to, like, I really want to do my own come up. You know, like without other streamers. But it's really like it's really about connections. You know, if you have the connections, you can go crazy. So I don't know. I feel like everybody did, even Aiden Ross. When I saw the Aiden Ross documentary,
Oh, okay, here we go. Wait, you're actually so much braver than I thought.
and he cut his hair for that time. Then
Only because you're here.
Alright, I'm ending stream.
And as you can see, the chat was definitely not disappointed.
man, every time I see that, you know, like I was here. Like, okay, let me like sometimes I ask myself like why do they do that? But then I just have to think a little bit like I was here. Like you was here, you know, like that's really important for some people that they were in the chat of that content creator or streamer. You know, I was here when Sykkuno revealed his face. You was not really there. Like you was like just digitally like watching. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't even really there. Like if you was there with them in the room, might say I was here, you know, but I understand what they mean with I was here. I was here in the chat when Sykkuno face revealed. And this I was here goes, you know, like so many people do that. Like it's really, I guess, a flex. Um
In fact, Lily Pichu had such an impact on Sykkuno that she would be, well, the main reason why he would start streaming. And you can hear him say that himself.
So what convinced you to start streaming?
yeah, there he had makeup on already, yeah.
Oh, Lily actually.
And speaking of streaming, he would start doing so shortly after revealing his face on Lily Pichu's stream. He'd start at the beginning of 2019 with barely under 100 viewers, but as the months would go by, he would start to get very rapid growth. He would really start putting in serious hours by August 2019, and within just 1 year, by August 2020, he'd be sitting at 8,000 average viewers, reaching a peak of 15,000. But how? Why? Well, during his streams, he would continue playing with Lily Pichu. And seeing that Lily Pichu has a lot of big content creators that she calls friends, she would introduce them to Sykkuno. It turned out that this guy was very easy to talk to. He was witty, he made jokes, and the communities of the many streamers actually enjoyed his company. All of these factors.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I'm not really that. I mean, I can be easy to talk to, but then like as you get to know me probably, I like start to address a few things, you know?
Combined would be
Which
the perfect
would lead to
catalyst for when the
like,
quarantine season
I
of
don't know,
COVID-19 would
drama?
arrive. He would start to play the game Among Us with some of the biggest content creators on the planet, and within just 4 months, he would go from 8,000 average viewers all the way up to 50,000 average viewers, peaking at 100,000 viewers in
The
one
COVID effect.
stream. He was
The
gaining
COVID
500,000
effect.
followers every single month.
If we get another lockdown, bro, I will lock in. I will lock the hell in.
In just the span of like a year and a half, he had gone from being a mid-tier streamer to one of the biggest on the entire platform. It wasn't just Twitch though. He would be getting millions upon millions of views on his YouTube videos as well. He was killing it on every single platform he was on. And so by 2022, when YouTube was aggressively recruiting Twitch streamers to stream on their platforms instead, offering them multi-million-dollar deals, they targeted Sykkuno, seeing that he's extremely brand friendly, has a very loyal audience, and had become a household name in such a short time. So on May 2nd, 2022, he would announce to the world that he was moving to YouTube on a 2-year exclusive contract. And as you can tell by the engagement, this post went viral. What I really want you to understand though is just how valuable he was seen by companies and platforms. Back when YouTube was aggressively recruiting talents that were on Twitch, Twitch and their confidence and hubris, seeing that they completely dominated the streaming scene at the time, would never bother offering a counteroffer. On the very rare occasion that they did, it was a very big deal, and guess what? They made an exception to Sykkuno. They gave him a counteroffer higher than YouTube. Sykkuno would go back to YouTube and show them Twitch's new offer, and YouTube would offer to pay even more. His contract alone is estimated to be around $5 million. Sykkuno, though, also had interests in other communities.
Somebody, I don't know which YouTuber it was. Asmongold, yes, I saw Asmongold's video about the Sykkuno drama, and he said he could easily get like 10 or 15 million. Where I'm like, bro, 5 million for 2 years? That doesn't sound that bad for me, you know? Like, even if I make these kind of numbers, I'm like, bro, like, what are we talking about? You know, like I will be a multi-millionaire. You know, like doesn't really matter to me. Like after a million, it's like doesn't really matter. You know,
Such as
then you can
VTubers.
just
In
invest
2023,
and
for a
stuff like
April
that,
Fool's
and
joke, he would debut his
maybe
first
lose
VTuber
all of it.
model,
But
extending his reach to a new niche community. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because at some point he was invited to a call with the Senator Bernie Sanders alongside Valkyrae and Pokimane. And instead of showing his face, he chose to be a VTuber. This was so ridiculous and it went so
bro was like, like sometimes I'm just tired of wearing all that makeup. You know, let's just let me just do like the VTubers. You know, like they get uh, uh, um, they are viral right now, and I'm digging that VTuber stuff. Where I'm like, I understand the whole concept, you know, but we don't want to go to that lane, you know. Like, let's at least stay like real, at least a little bit realer, you know, like show emotions, like show human, like show that you are human, you know. But because that it was that new. I don't know when it was, but VTubers really went crazy. Like some even like, you know, which I understand, you know, like not everybody is comfortable showing their faces and might think they are ugly or whatever it is and don't want, you know, to get checked, don't want to get recognized in public. I mean, it has a lot of advantages also, which is, I guess, cool, you know. But like the viewers watching that, it's like don't go more into the digitalizing, you know. Like my goal is, which is sounds crazy, you know. I mean, you can stay subscribed, but like my goal really for everybody is like to enjoy just life more, you know, like s- like go like every day be in touch with nature. You know, like when was the last time your feet touched grass, you know? Or and also to not scroll or watch so many YouTube videos, you know? Like after some time, you know, like whenever it is, like whenever it's like, okay, I've had enough of all this doom scrolling and watching binge watching YouTube videos or Netflix shows and stuff like that. Like sometimes it's just good, like not sometimes, like most of the times it's good, not most of the times, always. It's always good to have a good, like have at least like the 8 hours, 7 to 8 hours of sleep, you know, like sleep a little bit regularly, even if it's really like sometimes you don't have motivation. Like sometimes life just, you know, doesn't go the way you want it to, and then you are like doom scrolling, you know, escaping reality. But You know, if you want to get your life back together, have some order. Like order is really important in life. You know, without order, you will go insane. So let's just say 10 p.m., go to sleep, or let's say 9 p.m., go to bed, no screen. You can do some stretching, yoga, meditating, maybe read a little bit of a book, which I don't like recommend really because it goes again like your mind. You should like quietening, quiet the quiet the mind. You know what I mean? Like not get it more basically food to feed on or content to feed on. You know, that's why I'm like, don't even read a book, bro. Like, stretch reality, you know, stretch body and stuff like that. No screen. Meditating is also good, also fine. And it's really hard. I understand that. And also because like I struggled with it also. It's like, I don't know if you see, but I have 3 phones, like 3 phones. I don't use them. I use them like all of them, like pretty much. But yeah, like if you have 3 phones, like try to not be on screen too often, especially if you need to do some things. But one thing you don't really have to do is like doom scrolling, of course. So yeah, that was also a little bit difficult. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I scrolled until 10 or 11, but then I'm like, okay, that's enough. And enough is enough, like, and yeah, like 7 to 8 hours of sleep, no screen, like before, like 1 hour before and 1 hour after you wake up. About like, 1 hour before you sleep, 1 hour before you wake up, screen time, let's say try only like 1 hour or something like that. What else? I did, yeah, VTuber, like what I want your what I want for y'all, like better mental health and stuff like that. And it really comes down to overthinking, like thinking in general. Um, and I hope I will do it, like or basically succeed in helping somebody
Viral that
with
he inadvertently kind of became
my
a
content.
spokesperson for VTubing in one stream. I mean, God, everyone wanted a piece of that guy. You would see him everywhere, collabing with everyone. And this was partly due to his very loyal and almost rabid fan base.
Who is that? I never saw him. Smosh? Smosh!
But it was, of course,
Oh
all
my
by design.
god! That is Smosh
See,
from
back
the
in 2023, Pokemon would
you know?
make the very interesting revelation that Sykkuno had the highest female demographic fan base compared to any other streamer, her included. She would compare his level of fame and the way his fans acted towards him to K-pop idols.
Bro, I really want nah. Okay, like my initial like my thought was like I really wonder how I would look with makeup and let's say better hairstyle, like no forehead because no forehead is like a trend, bro. Like if you show a little bit of forehead, you're not cool enough.
He simply wasn't seen like the
Crazy.
run-of-the-mill Twitch streamer. No, there was definitely more to
Richelle
this. And one of the main reasons why this
and
worked out so
Thomas.
well is
Thomas.
because he was seen as a boy failure. No, not the kind of guy who's so well is because he was seen
Iman. Yeah.
as a boy failure.
Okay, yeah.
No, not the kind of guy who's unemployed and lives in a dump and smells like shit. I'm talking about the ideal boy failure. The guy who's handsome, smells nice, doesn't live in a dump, but is instead just a hopeless romantic. Someone who turns all red when you want to initiate physical contact.
What? What is that, bro? Wait. Mine is blue. He really is on X so much he changed the color of the notification bubbles, number thing. Dark eye circles, cheap haircut, free shirt from a Comic Con, third Red Bull of the morning, has six pack abs and is really tall for some reason. For some reason, okay. Wrists? Like, we all have wrists. Six figures? Money, but too lazy to wear anything but sweatpants. I mean, he has almost everything. Free shirt probably he also had, but I don't know if about the Red Bull, and I don't know about the six pack abs.
The most innocent, naive soul imaginable. The appeal of a boy failure isn't necessarily that he's a failure, it's the fact that he's perfect but just needs one person to fix him. And that's how a significant chunk of his fan base felt. If you've watched my channel before, then it's not too different from a girl failure that has a male audience that wants to fix her. It's the same parasocial mess. This can be very easily seen in some of the most viral fan-made videos of Sykkuno, like this one for example, setting at over 3 million views. Sykkuno tells his trauma about girls. Sykkuno trusts his friend, Disguised Toast, more than the girls. So this guy had barely any romantic experience, and yet still, he had his heart broken. He needs
Bro's
a woman
doing
that will fix
millions
him and tell him
of
it'll be
views.
okay. And maybe
Wow.
she'll be one of his fans. If only he knew how handsome and amazingly desirable he was though. Because he's another fan-made video. Everyone's simping for Sykkuno because who doesn't? I mean, God, if only he wasn't a boy failure.
I feel like everybody is trying to dig for drama, dig for dirt, just so they can make these kind of videos, bro. Like, that is crazy. That is crazy.
And understood how smooth he was with women, but he's too naive. Because guess what? This video, sitting at over 4 million views, is titled Sykkuno being smooth with girls for 14 minutes. Yeah, I think you get the point by now, right? This image of him that was so carefully crafted would attract a very large female audience. It would also allow him to be one of the only male streamers to constantly be able to hang out with a majoritarily female friend group without him or them getting in trouble with their
I don't know if they painted his nails, but I'm telling you, bro, like sometimes you really need to stand up for yourself. For example, like if you don't want something, like, like I don't care, like it doesn't matter if you're a woman or a man, girl or a boy. You need that kind of oomph, you know what I mean? Like you need that kind of no, like I don't want that. Like stop doing that. Stop doing that. Like a stop should really be a stop. And especially when it comes to like painting nails or like putting makeup on me. Like bro, I don't care if I will be like if I do 10 years of content creation, like streaming and YouTube and stuff like that. I will never paint my nails or put makeup on. Clip it, save it, and you will never get to use it again. I
fan
promise you
bases
that.
due
I
to
promise you.
jealousy. The guy was innocent, allergic to love, and he wouldn't hurt a single fly. This allowed him to do things
If I ever paint my nails or use makeup, you know, like, or like let people do makeup on me, and you clip that, the first one who's exposing me will get $5,000 because it will never happen. Like
is
it's
that other male content creators could never do. Like, dude, this is him sniffing the armpit of Fuslie at some point during a podcast when they were talking about body odor. This is how much he was trusted around women. And even though his audience was very obsessed over him, they saw him as so awkward, so
and bro really did it. Like it gets to a point, man. And especially with men, bro. Men are like like they they have to be weirder than women. Like I really think so. Like the things they do for women, like even if it's not really like sexual for them, maybe it is sexual. Like treat me like a dog. Like I love when you like when the girl treat me like a dog. Like treat me like a slave, like tell me what to do. Like I'm like, bro, like what is like you are not even a man at this point. You know what I mean? Like have some self-respect. Like God, like bro, like the things people do, bro. Like my God, like I just saw a clip. Like shout out to X, but this is disgusting, bro. Like it was like a like kind of I don't know what it was. Like it was not even a dare, I think, but bro, really, I don't even want to say it. It's that disgusting. Like
Capable of understanding what love or social cues mean, that this was fine. They didn't mind because they were going to be the ones to fix him anyway. So it comes as no surprise.
okay, I have to say it. I can't let you hang like that. Like that guy really peed, and she was like, "I dare you to like lick or drink your own pee from that toilet right now." Guess what he did? It was just a dare, bro, without any money on the line. What?
That yes, some relationships literally ended
Like,
over the girl's
man.
obsession over him. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if some gay relationships ended because of the same reason too. He was just that much of a sensation, and that crafted image he built around himself was just so believable and convincing. And so he'd keep on doing what he's always done, and after his 2-year contract with YouTube would finally end during May 2024, he would make his grand comeback to Twitch.
Oh my
peaking at
God,
over
we are so back.
26,000 viewers. However, his viewer count would slowly begin to drift. And by April 2026, he'd be sitting at 1,665 average viewers, a far cry from the peak of the pandemic back at 50,000. He'd also stopped collabing with larger content creators as much as he used to, mostly sticking to himself. But hell, I mean, 1,600 average viewers is still very easy to make a living off of. He had made his millions of dollars, had this incredibly obsessive fan base. As far as content creator careers go, this really wasn't so bad. The guy was a multimillionaire. What people weren't aware of, though, is that for many years since becoming a viral sensation, he would use his status as sykkuno, as the most desirable streamer imaginable, as this K-pop idol, to pursue relationships with smaller or up-and-coming content creators, whether they be cosplayers or VTubers, manipulating them into thinking that they were special, all in the hopes of hooking up with them and while being in a monogamous relationship. This is the real sykkuno. And now we finally have proof. Hemamal VT, who I'll refer to as Mal from now on, is someone who has been making content for the last year. She occasionally
Hemomal, Dokumi, what even is that? Unlicensed nurse bunny. Like, it really get to it really get to a point, man. Like unlicensed nurse bunny? Like what? 20 profile picture, okay. She, her. I do it sometimes as a joke, like saying I'm him, but like that's a red flag right away. Like whenever like people like say this kind of stuff, like they them, like what do you mean you are they them? Like you have multiple personalities, you know? That's why you say they them. Like what is it? She, her, I understand. Okay, maybe like that's like she identifies herself as a woman. Basically, you are a woman, bro. Like it's not that hard to know what you are, but you really want to identify yourself as something, something different. Then you have an identity crisis. I'm telling you how to not get an identity crisis. It's really easy. Don't have an identity at all. You know what I mean? Like it sounds crazy, but it's like you don't really need an identity. Like you have the digital identity, like also the government identity, but psychologically, you don't need an identity. And then if you don't have an identity, how can you have a identity crisis? Like it you can't have one.
streams from time to time, but
Problem
also
solved,
tends
basically.
to post cosplays on her Twitter profile, some of them being revealing. Those revealing cosplays would catch Sykkuno's attention, and he'd follow her on Valentine's Day of 2026. Within barely a few days, he would
Okay,
start
just kidding.
talking about how they should move in together into the same house, all while having a girlfriend. When Mal would find out about the girlfriend, she would decide to write a Google document. The Google document would contain Mal's side of the story as well as Elfie Leah's side of the story. Another VTuber who, of course,
IRL creator and V streamer of VMyth, Twitch TV, Last of links and credits. Okay. Born November 2012? I wait. Born November the 12th of November, right? Born on the 12th of November, not like you are not 12, right? Do these also have like Elphilia? Do they have like the age? What? Wait a minute. What even is that? Okay, my name is Elphilia, but you can call me You can call me Elfie. I stream on Twitch and take silly pics. I am a passionate streamer with over 9 years of experience in content creation. My goal is to create fun and engaging. I focus on a diverse range of content such as cosplay content, photo sets, voice acting, and streaming, just chatting, platform games, mobiles. Whoa, okay. She has a whole site.
course, also posts cosplays from time to time, which is why Sykkuno was interested in her to begin with. She also had no idea that Sykkuno had a girlfriend, and would meet up with him during December 2025 in Paris when he would travel for a convention. Unlike Mal, though, she would actually end up sleeping with Sykkuno, again, completely oblivious that he has a girlfriend. They would both share their stories and the DMs with Sykkuno in the Google document. This document would be 32 pages long, and it would detail both of their experiences with Sykkuno, leading up to the revelation of the fact that he has a girlfriend, as well as a link to the full 17-minute YouTube video in which Mal would confront Sykkuno about cheating on his girlfriend with her. Here's how it would start off. On Valentine's Day of this year, I was followed on Twitter by Sykkuno. I thought it was amazing that such a big content creator even knew I existed, let alone followed me on social media. He had been my role model and someone I looked up to for a long time, ever since my days in high school. However, what I learned about Sykkuno after that day would make me regret my decision. Sykkuno is not the kind, soft-spoken character you see on stream. He is a serial cheater, liar, and manipulator who uses his status to get what he wants from as many women as possible. More specifically, ones who are smaller or up-and-coming content creators, knowing that he can take advantage of them. After confiding in many others that have had similar experiences with Sykkuno, I realized that this was not an isolated incident. In fact, it was something that had been going on for multiple years. He always made sure to cover his tracks and never left a paper trail significant enough for someone to make this public. But now, this has all changed. These are serious allegations, and I fully understand that this should not be treated lightly. I urge all other content creators who have been personally affected by Sykkuno's behavior to not remain silent, as I believe that there is strength in numbers. This document will not only include proof from me, but from another victim who has given me her consent as well. Below, you will find evidence that will expose this calculated pattern of love bombing and manipulation, as well as a recording of a voice call where he explicitly admits to all his wrongdoings, everything. Alright, so already this is one.
Like sometimes I feel like they like try, like again, digging the dirt and drama and stuff like that, and exposing Sykkuno for views, like for more views. Like drama gets you views always. So, all right,
Hell of an
let's just
intro
see.
to the document, right? One thing I want to point out is the urging of all other content creators who have been personally affected by Sykkuno to come out about this. As I already mentioned, there are many people who were affected by his actions throughout the years. In fact, if Sykkuno traveled to any expo or convention or event, then you can bet a hefty sum of money that he always had someone there who he flew out, hoping that he could bring them to his hotel room. Anyway, the next section of the document would be titled, Our First Conversation. After Valentine's Day, I was so excited about him following me that I told a friend who then urged me to strike up a conversation. I finally worked up the courage to send him a DM, and he replied right away.
He might follow her, but she started the conversation. And she started the conversation with, "Are you still looking for a Valentine's date, perhaps?" Okay, thinking, of course, that he is like single. But wait a minute. If she is like, bro, if she said like he is her role model, she has to know that he is 34. 34, maybe 33 when they knew each other. I know that info from like when I watched a little bit, my bad, but um and she's 19. So like 5 years ago, 5 years ago, COVID, no, 6 years ago, COVID, she was 13. He was 28. Now 34, 19, but we don't know Ophelia's age, which is a little bit more important because they had, you know,
So here we
a
can
meetup.
see on the 15th of February, Mal would send, "Are you still looking for a Valentine's date, perhaps?" To which Sykkuno would say, so innocently, "What? You can't just open up with something like that. And besides, Valentine's Day's almost over where I'm from already." To which she would reply with, "I mean, we can always do a Valentine's Day do-over, you know?" In the same first conversation, he brought up what kind of games he liked to play and invited me to play with him after a convention.
Man, these I'm sorry, bro, but these people who write so much. Maybe I need to write more. You know what I mean? Like, let me also write like you understand also the emotions. Like like this. Like sometimes in all caps, sometimes in low caps. Like when you are like screaming. What? Oh my God. Okay, I can take the healing kit and occasionally invited me to play games with him. In the same first conversation he brought up what kind of games he liked to play and invited me to play with him after a convention, which is nothing crazy. I can take the healing kit and occasionally heal you in it. What time is it? Where you from? It's 5:48 a.m., but I have a horrible sleep schedule. Bro, this is insane. Like these Nah, bro. But I understand. Like I understand like the TikTok and stuff like that. It really goes crazy, you know. It's a hard time to get off that horrible sleep schedule. It's 48 a.m. What? Oh my God. Wait, do you want to play right now? If you're not tired or some. Why are you awake? 'Cause I'm bad at sleeping, okay? I gym at night. What? At night? Is crazy. Gymming at night it's okay. I'm pretty bad at sleeping too, not going to lie. Okay. On a real note, a friend of mine dared me because I didn't know how to reach out. Crying emoji. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to come off weird. Lol, you aren't weird at all. Don't worry. And I didn't say no, I guess so. Lol, JK, just kidding, just kidding. What games do you like to play? I'm like a massive game player. That's usually how I meet people or make friends too. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I heard about it. I mean, bro, what do I mean I heard about it? I did it also. My bad. I did it also, okay? But I did not had like like really there is just one guy basically I met on Fortnite. Wait a second. Two on Fortnite where we became like online friends, you know? I think it's two. Um but we are not like IRL friends or not even like real friends, I would say, like anymore. But like I understand like people that most of the time, like when I played heavily, I was at one of my worst mental health, you know? bar era. You know what I mean? Like my mental was really, really bad at that time. And I played basically since when my parents got divorced, basically, like when I got was like 11, 12, you know. That's when I started regularly, like every day. I played, you know, like escaping reality. That's why I like, bro, like I'm Asian, you know, I'm playing games just like almost like the rest of the world nowadays. It's really bad. It's really bad. Escaping reality, it's really bad, but it really is for a reason most of the times, you know, like you don't want to think, you don't want to overthink, you just want to have fun, you know, like everybody wants just want to have fun, I guess.
On the left image, we can see them discussing sleep schedules, right? Understanding what time it is for her, what time it is for him. And on the right image, we can see him say, "What games do
Woo.
you like to play? I'm like a massive game player. That's usually how I meet people or make friends, to be honest." In the next couple of images, we can see Sykkuno talk about the game he was playing, which was Outlast Trials, saying that maybe Mal could carry him. She would agree, give him her Discord, and then wonder, "Hey, are you done soon with your stream? Because I'm getting tired." She hadn't slept all night. She was pulling an all-nighter. He'd apologize for taking so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after making her wait for like a few hours, he would say, "Hey, listen, can we just play tomorrow?
Do you want me to read that?
I'm getting tired." She hadn't slept
He
all night. She was
explains
pulling an
it.
all-nighter. He'd apologize for taking so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after making her wait for like a few
Okay, but
apologies for
it's
taking
also a little bit, why not? Like, okay, let me do it. She. But apart from that, I play a lot of Outlast Trials. Please say you have it and play with me. I need more people to play with. He. Outlast Trials. I play it, but I'm pretty bad. Dot dot. Can you carry me? Lol. I play Overwatch a little bit, but I'm like most useful on what? TORB? Hiding behind a turret, but they nerfed that apparently. Can you carry me? She replied, I'm super, super goated. Don't worry. Heart emoji. See, you can't be talking. Him. I just finished streaming, but I can maybe play in a little bit. I just want to get some food and shower and stuff. Her. Ooh, of course, of course. Take your time. My Discord is. By the way, you can just add me whenever you're free. Heart emoji. Free anytime soon? Question, question. What's just. What? Yo! My bad for like stuttering and stuff like that, but it's 5:49. And she replied after 1.5 hours at 7:24 a.m. Free anytime soon? Still didn't reply. He still didn't reply. Then bro, she wrote again at 8:43. Was just asking cause else I might get tired before we can play. I mean, that like could be like an opportunity of a lifetime, you know, streaming with a big streamer and this can push you up like crazy. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I took so long. 9:03. 9:03 a.m. Lol, it's fine. I'm just playing QP. What is that? 9 a.m. QP? Okay, so I have a convention I have to go to.
so long, and then he'd say that he has a convention to go to. So after
Okay.
making her wait for like a few
I should sleep early tonight, but let's play tomorrow? She sad face. Man, you had me waiting for a rain check? I'm sorry, I owe you one. I mean, a game or two wouldn't hurt though, right? Also, which convention? It's like a small one. I'm just sponsored to go for some Gundam game, but I have to be there early. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Don't do the okie okie. I don't care, bro. Like, I don't care if you are a girl or a boy or a woman or a man, bro. Like, stop doing that, please, please. I beg y'all, please, bro. Like this okie okie. Okay, if you are like a teenager and stuff like that, then okay, I guess you know she's 19. But bro, if I ever catch anybody of the, it's so funny because I know somebody who's doing that, but just stop doing that, please, bro. Like, but like, But like, with the 3ME, it's one game. It's not like you're staying up super late. I even just finished my QP game. Happy Smiley. We will play extra tomorrow, and we can do Outlast trials. Okay. Are you good with horror though? Also, should I add you on Discord or what?
Hours, he would say, hey, listen, can we just play tomorrow? I have
Come on, bro.
interest in where I live. For context, this is still the same day as the first conversation, only moved to Discord and a few hours apart since I'm EU time zone and he's US time zone. So yeah, these DMs have the timestamp of 10 a.m. EU time. The last DMs we can see on Twitter were at 9 a.m., so this is barely an hour later after they added each other. Mal would continue by saying, things started out innocently enough with him inquiring about fun things to do near where I live, such as aquariums and conventions.
Wait, that is just recently, February 2026? Okay.
TwitchCon EU specifically. I'd like to point out that I said we could go on a date to make up for Valentine's. He not once expressed to me any discomfort or that he wasn't single. So yeah, this is how it goes. If someone expresses interest in you, right, you typically tell them fairly quickly that you're already in a committed relationship. You don't just let things slide. Mal had no reason to think that Sykkuno was already taken. Otherwise, he would have said something after she proposed a date. He'd ask, "Do they have an aquarium? I'm a big fan of aquariums." She'd say, "There's artists in Amsterdam. Could make it a date, to make up for Valentine's." He'd only reply with, "A what? Lol?" Continuing on with his innocent persona, but he'd never say, "Oh, no, actually, wait, like, I want to meet up as friends. I'm actually in a relationship." Not once. The next section will be titled, Following My Private Instagram. He would also follow my personal private Instagram that is only available to my IRL friends and family while using his official Sykkuno account. So here we can see an image of Sykkuno following her with her personal account name being hidden since it's personal. The next section will be titled Making Plans to Meet Me in Person. So bear in mind, this was the next day, okay, the 16th of February. They had started.
I can only imagine, like, bro, like I just wanna be in this kind of drama video. Like, how do I make it? Like I just need to, you know, and then they start that drama, like and get views and stuff like that. And then these guys get content and they get views, and maybe get some money out of it. I don't know.
Talking on the 15th, he followed her on the 14th. The document would say, in this 2-hour Discord gaming call, the same day as our first conversation, Sykkuno made plans to meet me IRL. It was set to be the same weekend as Dokumi 2026 since he was flying over anyway to attend TwitchCon EU. Going to the aquarium would be our first date. I also learned that there is a 15-year age gap between us. Right, so look, I personally spoke to the victim about this. I asked, like, would that usually have been like a red flag or a turnoff? She said yes. But the thing is, this is Sykkuno we're talking about here, right? So she made an exception because as you saw in the intro of this document, she used to watch him in high school. She genuinely looked up to him. To say that she was starstruck was an understatement, and that's exactly what he was counting on. Now, while keeping that 15-year age gap in mind, this next section definitely hits different.
But wait, did he know that she was 19? Wait, she said it in the X bio.
Titled
Okay.
Making Plans to Move In Together.
I mean, technically, she's legal. You know what I mean? So, but I understand, like, sometimes the gap is too crazy. I see it. Yeah.
These messages would be on the 17th of February, 2 days after they started talking. It would say, with
Whoa.
Sykkuno, our relationship moved so incredibly fast it almost felt like a dream. It was like you could make anything I wanted happen, and as someone as prolific and successful as him, I had no reason to doubt anything he said to me. These screenshots show that Sykkuno and I were intending to adopt a cat and have me possibly move into his house. I told him we couldn't get a cat yet due to me not being a US citizen and possibly having visa issues. Keep in mind, this conversation happened 2 days after the first conversation. So in this first image of these set of DMs, we can see them talking about pets in general.
Let me do it again. Ooh, I get that. I'm allergic to grass, but what? No, you're not. You're lying. You're lying. You just don't want to touch grass. Like, who the? No way. Like, who the hell is allergic to grass, bro? Like, when I was working in the restaurant, like as the chef, and Somebody said like no carrots. I'm allergic to carrots. I was like, you don't have to cap that crazy. Just say you don't like carrots. Like who the hell is allergic to carrots, bro? But I guess there are some people. Okay, I'm allergic to grass, not as bad, but I can become really dizzy from it. It's like the only allergy I have, lol. But if I ever come with it, like we don't have to always go out, as long as you are comfy. Also, aren't pets bad for your condition? I don't know how sensitive it is, but sometimes cat hairs can make it worse. Sykkuno. Certain ones can be. It depends though. My dog is fine. He's not very allergenic. Allergenic. Well, my family dog that I don't get to see as often anymore, sadly. Oh, Mel. Ooh, so like hypoallergenic pets are fine? Yeah, and even some that aren't like listed as that were okay too.
right? About how he might be allergic to certain pets, about how his current dog doesn't trigger his allergies. So they start discussing the prospect of getting
I mean, if I'm there anyways, we'll have to think of a name, no? Yeah, but I don't know if I can take care of it by myself. Or were you just gonna name it Cat? You'll have to stay to help take care of it, lol. I'm okay with that, though I don't know how that work with me staying there. I can't stay forever either, 'cause I'm not an American citizen, and I also probably have to go back as well, 'cause I mean, I hope at least that I can go back to studying and this year. And like in general, everything is expensive. Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, maybe we get a cat together another life then? Another time then. Besides, don't you already have a cat? Yeah, but they are my dad's. Also, did you finally order the food? Lols. Oh, I see. So you wouldn't have to bring them if you just moved somewhere? No, I guess not, though I'd miss them so much, so I would definitely have to get new pets. You know who I really miss though? My dog. Yeah, I was so sad when I didn't see my dog as much. Huh?
a cat. Mal would say, I mean, if Mal would say, or were you just going to name it Cat? He'd say, you'll have to stay to help stay forever either, because I'm not an American citizen and I'll also probably have to go back as well. Because I mean, I hope at least that I can go back to studying end of this year and like enjoy
Oh,
time
he's
there.
reading it
Besides,
all.
don't you already have a
My bad.
cat? Which she'd say, yeah, but they're my dad.
He's reading
Somewhere.
it all.
To which she'd
Okay.
say, no, I guess not though. I'd miss them maybe moving in together with him one day. This was as he was sharing a home with his girlfriend. The next section will be titled
Yeah, better just watch the video. Okay, I need to just stop talking, bro. Come on.
Lying About Being Single and Dating History. In this screenshot, Sykkuno said he has only ever had one relationship his entire life. I would eventually find out that that was a lie and that he had been dating and living in the same house as his girlfriend for years and that I was not.
To be honest, me too. But it's like, for me, it's not a big deal. Like, he's 34, I'm 30, but it's like, I don't want to say it again and again. Just watch one of find the video, okay? Find the video. I'm not talking about it anymore.
The only girl on the internet that he spoke to on a
Like,
daily
why?
basis. So here we can see DMs of them discussing this topic. Mal would say, I mean, you've been in relationships before. It's not like it's your first relationship, referencing what they might potentially have going on. To which he'd reply with, I don't know, lol. I've only like actually dated someone once and they broke up with me, so yeah, I think I'm just not very good, so it's probably just a me issue. To which he'd say, did you like never do anything for your ex, like at all? To which he'd say, I mean, I think I did. I don't think she thought I did, so yeah. But I mean, everyone has their own way of what they want, so it's important to be like, are you getting what you want? And if you're not, I totally understand. Mal, of course, would want to inquire as to what he was saying. Like, what do you mean you think you did? Like what? But he'd never specify, and he'd always keep it vague, keeping up this persona that he crafted, the one that was allergic to love, that had no idea like what was going on with women. This would lead us right into the next section titled Sexting. We texted every single day, and these interactions would be charged with flirting and suggestive topics. I would send him suggestive pictures and audios, and he would confirm that he'd touch himself to them. Additionally, he'd always act flustered and inexperienced, keeping up the illusion of his on-stream innocent persona. We'd also regularly talk about date ideas and things we'd like to do together in the future when we'd meet up IRL.
Wait, she wrote keeping up the illusion of his on-stream innocent persona, right? But I don't think it's just on-stream innocent persona. Like, I like think he really is like innocent inexperienced. Inexperienced, you know? Well, not that innocent anymore, but innocent in a different way, like flustered, inexperienced. Yeah, she said it, inexperienced. Okay.
Topics that are usually discussed between two adults who are clearly romantically interested in each other. On top of texting, we also called almost every single day, even after he'd streamed for over 8 hours. We talk and play games regularly. One thing I'd noticed is that every time we called and when he spoke, he'd be whispering and never fully use his voice. His excuse was that it's because he was tired after a long stream, and I didn't really find that to be suspicious. Using your voice for 8 hours in a row does exhaust it after all. I now realize that he was quiet because his girlfriend lived with him and he didn't want her to hear. So in this first set of DMs, we can see them discussing things to watch together. Sykkuno saying, let's watch something. Mal would say we should. He would say, let's watch a cooked Netflix dating show because those are funny, or both. And Mal would say we should. And do you also want to play games?
Yeah, I can't save him, bro. Like I thought like I might can like try save him in some kind of way, but cheating is cheating, bro.
Like
It
Helldivers
is
or
what it is,
Overwatch or
bro.
etc. In the next image, we can see them discussing the spicy audio that she sent him at some point. He'd say,
Okay.
you do too. She would say, yeah, like in that audio recording I sent you, to which she would act flustered over and say, huh? Oh my God. Well, yes, you really sounded cute in that too. To which she would say, did you ever re-listen to it or only that once? In the next screenshot, we can see them discussing going on a gym date. Mal expressed to him how much she enjoys going to work out at the gym, and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a
Keep on keep on. Thank you. I tried my best to sound good for you. Like what kind of audio did she send though? Wait, why did you send me 81 bucks? Oh, you said you wanted the new. Okay.
gym date looks like. This is when they discuss it more. In the next two set of DMs, we can see them talking about more spicy topics. Mal would say, you get it more
Wait.
at the gym, and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a gym date looks like. This is when they discuss it more. In the next
But he didn't talk about the sending the money. Oh, you said you wanted the new. Oh, I mean specifically 81. I don't know. It just translates to 100 for USD. I don't know. Uh, like some women do say things like, "Oh my God, I really want that new Resident Evil game, but I don't have that money for it. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I'm about to kill myself. Oh my God." You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry, but sometimes they do be like that. And then, some men are like, "Oh, what's your PayPal? Like, I can send you some money." You know what I mean? Like, "Oh no, you don't really have to do that, but like just in case, like if I go broke or something," typing in her PayPal email. Okay, my bad.
and so Sykkuno would inquire about what a gym date looks like. This is
Oh yeah, okay. We will work out together then. I can spot you. Gym days are also cute. Are those even dates? It's gonna be like sweaty and not gonna lie, some people I know are like I spend 2 hours in the gym every day and I'm like, I think I'd be tired before 2 hours. Lol. I think I'd be tired in like 15 minutes max. I spend 2 to 3 hours at the gym. I mean, yeah, a lot of people who go to the gym go on gym dates. It's just fun helping each other doing workouts. Okay.
when they discuss it more. In the next two set of DMs, we can see them talking about more spicy topics.
Okay.
Mal would say, you get flustered so easily. And then Sykkuno would say, because I'm not. I've never done like this kind of thing before, lol. To which she would say, and? You don't like it? He'd continue saying, which is crazy because I'm older than you, but like I haven't really dated much, so. And then Mal would say, so? You have me now. He'd reply with, my XP bar is low, but no, I do it. I've never gotten something like this before. Yes, I like it. It's so good. I can't wait to use it.
I'm sorry, but bro, like have some have some self-respect, and this goes also to Mel, like some the younger women, like they just wanna, you know what I mean? Like you don't like it, like they want, it's sad, like it's sad, like they just want somebody, I guess, to like to love, and also like I guess that's more their era, like where they send spicy pictures and spicy audio and stuff like that. Um but yeah, like I really think, I don't know, of course, that he never did this kind of thing before, or got this kind of thing, like texting with an S.
It later, as it
But my XP bar is low is crazy. I've kind of wondered if you ever yourself while watching what I sent you. What? Why would you wonder that? Well, because they are spicy pictures and videos. Of course, I wonder if you put them to use. I'll definitely put this one to use. So you've never done so before? Maybe. I want a yes or no. Yes, of course I have. How could I not? She is dominant. Maybe. It depends. Like sometimes I feel like it depends, Like these women, they do know, you know what I mean? Like sometimes they do know, okay, this guy might just be a beta, you know what I mean? Like he is not a true alpha, assert dominance, squeeze out that money. I know I feel I sound like a big woman hater and stuff like that, but bro, like that, it truly be like that, bro. Like it truly is like women use man, man use women. Like it goes both ways. It's not like just man, you know?
and I can't wait to grill my sausage to it later, whatever she sent. To which she would reply with, I've kind of wondered if you've ever touched yourself while watching what I send you. To which he'd say, What? Why would you wonder that? She'd say, Well, because they're spicy pictures and videos. Of course, I wonder if you put them to use. And then he'd say, I'll definitely put this one to use. She'd say, So you've never done so before? And then he would say, Maybe in all caps with a flustered sweating emoji. This is when she'd put her foot down and say, I want a yes or no. And then he would say, Yes, of course I have. How could I not? Overall, these DMs were a balance of spicy and wholesome, just like what you'd expect when two people are romantically interested in each other, saying goodnight to each other, inquiring on their health. He'd compliment her on her appearance. She'd say, I love getting compliments from you. Good morning, handsome. What are you up to? But this romantic interest wouldn't just be expressed with words. No, for Sykkuno, he'd make sure to express it financially too. This is what would lead us to the next section, titled Sugar Daddy. Less than a month later, Sykkuno would randomly ask for my PayPal account in DMs. He'd then waste no time in sending me money unprompted, something that I'd later realize was simply a behavioral pattern that he'd employ with women he'd express interest in. I want to reiterate that I have never asked him for his money, and he did this of his own volition. He bought me both a gym jacket, linked below, and Resident Evil 9, because I
Like Kuno, yeah. You really need to come out now with screenshots of her, writing. Maybe she said it, when they were calling and he didn't record it, but she recorded basically everything. That could be like, bro, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, sadly, the probability that this is true can be really high. Like, I feel like some men do really like just give money out like this, like she's like, oh my god, I need. There's no way he never she never asked him for his money, like, you know okay, maybe not for his money, but in an indirect way, you know? Like,
had expressed interest in that game. Here we can see two payments. The first one sent on the 28th of February 2026, 81 euros, and the second one being 200 euros on the 5th of March 2026.
I don't
The
know.
sender was the business, Sykkuno. He'd innocently asked for a PayPal username on the 28th of February. He'd start off the conversation with,
You still aren't asleep either? I fell asleep. Woke up again because I'm having trouble sleeping. Bro, like, some people, I might, I could do like help people to sleep or something like that, but because that's a real issue. That's a real issue, I feel like, I don't really know, but because it's like, why do I think that it's just because of TikTok, YouTube short and like these dopamine hits and stuff like that, like the doom scrolling, like I feel like it's really dominant for a lot of people, especially for the young people who basically grew up with a phone. I fell asleep, woke up. Okay. Oh, well, good morning. And what's your PayPal so I can buy you games later? Huh? Straight to the point. Jesus. I need to update my email to my PayPal because it's my old name from before I rebranded.
ah, you still aren't asleep either? To which she'd say, I fell asleep, woke up again because I'm having trouble sleeping. He would then say, oh, well,
My bad.
Jesus, I need to update my email to my PayPal because it's my old name from before I rebranded. When he would send her money for a gym jacket, at some point she'd say, want me to send it back? To which he'd say, no, I wanted you to get a nice gym vest, lol. Especially because it seems like you're really passionate about working out, so I thought it'd be nice. And then you can remember me when you're wearing it. I thought it was a cute idea.
Yeah, now I know what it is, bro. Like, he is a simp. Oh my god. They both actually, like, that is kind of crazy, but they both simping for each other, you know? Like, he sims because maybe she is good looking, like cosplaying and stuff like that, V-girl. She going for, he's a big influencer, like he has all that money. Both are sims, bro. Oh my god, how did I not see that right away?
She'd buy one, she'd wear it, she'd send it
Okay, 19 years. Bro, that's where I'm like, bro, it doesn't matter if you're rich, if you are a loser or something like that, if you are a man, bro, and women like, wants you, like it's really hard for men to not say no. Just so you know. I wore it with the green set because I know how much you like green. Good morning. Morning. Oh, thanks. And you look good. Is it comfy?
to him, and she'd say, I wore it
That is the gym vest?
with the green set because I know how much you like green. She'd also make a tweet on her account while wearing it, saying, this gym jacket is literally so comfy, the muscle mommy arc will be real. So up until this point, this was Mal's experience with Sykkuno. The muscle
It's okay to not show the face. It's okay.
mommy arc will be real. So up until this point, this was Mal's experience with Sykkuno. The next section is titled A Calculated Pattern of Love Bombing and Manipulation. And this is where we talk about Elphilia's side of the story. The document would say, after speaking to Elphilia a few days ago, we were able to corroborate our experiences with Sykkuno and learned that we were both victims of this. We had
What is corroborate? Another word for collaborate? Corroborate. Meaning. Like, see, like, these, okay. These words, like, they go with these crazy words, and then I have to learn these. Support with evidence, or, okay. Okay.
had no idea that he was talking to both of us at the same time. Sykkuno is known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with. This
We had no idea that he was talking to both of us at the same time. Okay, well, okay, wait a second. They are friends. Okay, okay.
Screenshot is from when he took time. Sykkuno is known to send hundreds of dollars to the girls he wants to get involved with. This screenshot is from when he took my friend Elphilia to Paris during the 2025 TFT tournament, along with sending her 500 euros to help her move into her new apartment. You can clearly see that this was sent from his business email's PayPal account. So unlike the other image that was supplied by Mal, here we can clearly see this is sykkuno at hotmail.com sending
25th of November 2025, 300, 400, bro. Like, that's really just like change money for him, bro. Oh my God, that is crazy.
applied. You can clearly see that this was sent
Um, when he took my friend. So, bro, I don't wanna, because that's just what I think. It's not real, okay? But what I feel like it could be is like, bro, Ophelia, okay, is friend with Mel, and they know each other, okay? They know each other, and who was the friend who said, oh, maybe just go, open up the conversation with him? Who was it? Um, but it could be also a coincidence. But if it's not, and they like planned it all, like maybe like write with him too. Maybe you get also some money out of him, and then maybe we can expose him, like because too, like that would be crazy. That would be
from
crazy.
his business email's PayPal account. So unlike the other image that was supplied by Mal, here we can clearly see this is sykkuno at hotmail.com sending her all this money. A substantial amount, around 1,550 euros, all under his business email.
That
Here
is
are the
nothing
DMs in which
to
we
a
can see that he offered to
multimillionaire,
pay
bro.
for her flight to TFT Paris, as well as all the food and hotel fees there, pretty much taking care of her financially during the entire trip.
I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure. I'm not sure on TwitchCon yet. I'm afraid I don't know enough people. Ah, that's unfortunate. You better hang out then when I go there. I'll have to go see because I know nothing and no one there and it's expensive. I'll pay for it. Don't worry. Sim mode, yeah.
So
Okay.
this
I
starts off
understand
as
now.
far
I
back
understand now. And bro, it's not just him being a simp, okay? It is Drake, it is Future, it is Little Baby. All these rapper rapping about, like I'm tricking them basically. I'm spending money on them. Like, yeah, all Sims, bro. Like, it's crazy. I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure. I'm not sure on Twitter. Okay, my
is
bad.
April
I
2025,
already read
with
that.
Sykkuno telling Elphilia, I'm probably going to Paris later this year for sure. I'm not sure on TwitchCon yet. I'm afraid I don't know enough people. He'd say, you should come to Paris when I go to it. Is it close? To which she'd say, Paris is pretty easy to go to, yeah, since it's in the European Union. He'd say, you better hang out then when I go there. She'd reply with, I'll have to see because I know nothing and no one there and it's expensive. To which he would say, I'll pay for it. Don't worry. She'd say, whoa, really? You do that? And then he'd say, yeah, of course. And all the food. She'd of course be ecstatic about this and say, you'd have to deal with my annoying ass though. And he would say, but you gotta choose places to eat. About this and say, you'd have to deal,
Wait
and
a
he'd say, yeah,
second.
of course. And all the food. She'd of course be ecstatic about this and say, you'd have to deal with my annoying ass though. And he would say, but you gotta choose places to eat, like the restaurants. And she'd say, deal. One day later, he'd reiterate, you're
Wait. I know you so much though, lol. I'd be like, Kuno, let's go out to get boba. I'm hiding behind you whenever you talk to people though, lol. Bro. I guess it is so easy, like if you are a multimillionaire, like these streamers, big influencers, big rappers, big stars, and you just have to throw some money, and then they You know, like, but it's like tricking and stuff like that. Like I'd never like tricked a girl. You know what I mean? Tricked a woman. Like I'm just not into that. I feel like, bro, if you can't get her whoever you want to get without money, you know, without making money the main thing, bro, like that's already a bad relationship. You know what I mean? Like, and you really don't have real game. Like it's really just the money that is doing it. And then it's like, bro, I mean, you do you, you know, like all my men, all my boys, you know, watching that. You do you, you do you. But I'm just saying, like, if I can do it without any like money spending, you know, you can do it too.
You gotta choose places to eat, like the restaurants. And she'd say, deal. One day later, he'd reiterate, you're fine, you never have to pay for anything, don't worry, lol. How much is the flight usually from Netherlands to Paris and back? Because she lived in the Netherlands at the time. I think I'm going for like a TFT tournament or something like that. On the 10th of December 2025, we can see her saying, I'm boarding now, see you soon, to which he would reply with, see you soon, you have the hotel info, right? Since they were going to share a room. This brings us to the next section titled Elphilia's Experience. Elphilia would talk to Sykkuno on and off for the span of 5 years. During that time, she had absolutely no idea that he had a girlfriend in the 5 years that she had known him, and on and off flirted with him. Anytime she would bring up the topic of his love life, he would give the response of playing too many games and not going out enough to meet women to date. So bear in mind, she knew him since like 2021, back when he was like the most desired man on the entirety of Twitch or the
Yeah.
streaming space. And even with all that flirting, he never
Most
once
desired man is
mentioned the
crazy.
relationship he's been in since 2021. So this was in the beginning of his relationship as well. So in this next set of DMs, we can see Elphilia saying, also, I have a question for you. Why are you single? Like, how? To which he'd say, huh? That's a crazy question, lol. I think it's a combination of like playing too many games. To which she'd say, why crazy? Why is it a crazy question? The guy was desired by anyone. Even after his viewership had fallen down a little bit, he could still DM anyone and get them to date him. It didn't make sense. The document would say, same calculated behavior and patterns, using his nerdy gamer boy facade to lure women into a false narrative. In this next set of DMs, Elphilia would be saying, you're cute. You're this sweet to all girls, or am I just lucky? To which he'd say, wah, lol, only to the ones I think are cool. So as we can see, Elphilia is just starstruck. She can't believe this. She feels so lucky that Sykkuno, the guy who's desired by everyone, is giving her attention out of anyone else in the world. This is the effect he had on people, and he knew this. And just like with Mal, he would follow her personal Instagram with his official Sykkuno Instagram page. It's genuinely like a deja vu to what he did with Mal. Like, it's the same patterns. The guy had a playbook, and he knew how to put it to use. The document would continue. Here is proof that Sykkuno was...
Wait a second. Bro, like, who is not doing that? Like, if you like a page, Instagram page, you know, you like the influencer, you follow them, you know, then you may talk with them, you know, like you might wanna do some with them. Like that's not just him. That's again like rapper, influencer, like anybody. It's a man thing. Like, bro is talking like he is not a man, bro. Like, come on. Like, be honest, bro. Like, you would not do like about the same thing if you are a multimillionaire. You know what I mean? Um, like I can't imagine to be like a multimillionaire and then trying dating, you know, because it's like especially then also famous, bro. Like it's not hard to know then that, you know, like you really need to go crazy and find somebody that don't know you, which is really difficult, I would say.
Paris for the TFT
And
event
don't find out that you are like big, you know?
around this time too, directly from his Twitter. So here you can see this was posted around the 13th of December 2025 when he was in Paris. In this first tweet on the left, we can see him taking an image of Lily Pichu, who was also there, as well as him retweeting one of TFT's tweets saying, ultimate bragging rights have been secured at the TFT Paris Open. This is them announcing that Sykkuno's team had won, confirming that he was indeed there. The next page of the document would show us a set of DMs between Sykkuno and Elfilia. The date would be the 3rd of March, 2026. So this would be 3 months after they had met up and hooked up. And this would be as he was talking with Mal. He'd say, "Oh my god, I was playing World of Warcraft. I saw this player. It reminded me of you." That's because that player had a similar looking name. She'd say, "Oh, you got reminded of..."
Some I heard something from like my cousin where he's like moving somewhere, with other roommates, and they are all from other age categories, but they are all like mentally like 12, you know? Bro, like I was there for most of my life, like 25 years of my life. I was basically stuck, and 12 really did hit a, you know, did hit it right there, because at 12 was when like my parents got divorced, and that was when I escaped basically reality, and I never really got out of that mental childish state, you know? And to get out of it, it's really to get to know yourself, like what you do and stuff like that. And then it's really like, bro, to become an adult, it doesn't, it's not just, you hit a certain age, like 30, 40, whatever, like some people, Sykkuno, can be 34 and, like, let's say, play games and say, like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like I would do that kind of thing when I played Metin 2, if the game. When I was like, I don't know how old I was. I was like 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 maybe, That's when I would wrote like that and do stuff like that. But, like, come on, bro. Like, that's what I also understand now. Some people really stay in that mental age era. The thing is, though, they can switch up, they can switch to being the adult that they play and being the childish persona that they don't really like act, like that they really truly are and feel like. If you
"Me,
understand
that's cute."
that,
To which he'd say, "Of
if you
course.
know what I
Oh, I
mean.
was gonna ask, were you planning on going to like Offkai or anything like that?" That's a VTuber Expo, right? To which she would say, "I wish,
What?
but unfortunately I can't. My rent..."
Yeah, it's bro. I really got to wrap it up. Like, it's 1 hour and 38 minutes. Bro. Like, what am I saying even? Sometimes I wonder, But yeah, I have to go to the toilet. Please, just as usual, skip this part. Thanks. And like, thanks. This is also a good thing, to like create content and stuff like that. First, you are a little bit more productive. You create content, and also you are not on your phone all the time. You are on screen, but you at least have the potential to make money, and that's also a W, always a W. Uh, but yeah, I forgot my main phone basically in the bathroom because we try to not use the phone as often, okay?
Is now 800 euros per month, and I'm living fully off of my savings, so I canceled.
What? Oh, you got a reminder of me? That's cute, of course. Oh, I was gonna ask where you planning on going to, like, off K what?
All my going to like Offkai or anything like that. That's a
What
VTuber
is that?
Expo, right? To which
Ah,
you would say, I wish, but unfortunately I can't. My rent is now 800 euros per month and I'm living fully off of my savings, so I canceled all my travels for the year. The document would say, to add even more salt to the wound, after Elphilia's Paris trip, in 2 weeks after he had started talking to me, saying things like how he wants to move in with me and such, he would message Elphilia asking her if she'll be at Offkai. This is proof that he'd be talking to more than one woman at the same time, planning a hookup for every event he went to. He was doing this while giving me the impression that he wanted something long term, and all while also having a girlfriend since 2021. Elphilia and I weren't friends until I found out that he was cheating on his girlfriend. This is when we both got in contact with each other and shared our story.
I take everything back, all the assumptions and stuff like that. That's why you should not assume. I know that, but I did it anyways. Yeah, that was my mistake. But yeah, now I understand it, and some things, like I apologize for, some things I don't. You know what I mean? Like they do still simp for like each other, and it's like a transaction thing, for both. Like they know him for Sykkuno, not for like his real name. You know what I mean? Like that's why it's so superficial, and then giving the money, like it's just superficial. It's not real, like real, like you know what I mean? Like real interest. Like Sykkuno goes for, oh my god, body tea. I understand that. Like men are really, really, of course, like most of the times we both, men and women go for looks, but then it's like, I mean, not always, because sometimes it's like, okay, if you're famous, if you have clout, I basically know you.
She deserves the world. The section would end with both Sykkuno and Elphilia talking about random topics, and then at the end of this DM chain, we can see
What is the random topic?
Sykkuno.
Oh my god, my friend just asked, said he's going to like a VTuber anime convention in Germany. Shout out to my Germans. Hallo, Freunde. Okay. I heard about that, I think. I'll be there from Thursday to Monday. Arg, fell asleep. No, no, no worries. Morning. Hi.
Elphilia talking about random topics,
Yeah,
and then at
that
the
was
end of this
really
DM
random,
chain, we can
bro. How was your day? Awful. Spent whole day crying right now. Why do men some cheat? I'll never understand.
see Sykkuno saying, "How was your day?" To which she would
That's where she already knew, right?
reply with, "Awful. Spent the whole day crying. Crying right now. Why do some men cheat? I'll never understand." The document points out that this is ironic.
Men are simple creatures, like I'm telling you right now, bro. Like, bro. Like, it's the same with women, okay? Why do some women cheat? Like, it's a rush thing. It can be a rush thing. It can be, like, don't do it. The forbidden love. It's for money, maybe. You know what I mean? Like, in the heat of the moment at a party, like I was drunk and stuff like that. Of course, these are just only excuses. Cheating is never cool.
Seeing that Sykkuno is a cheater himself. So as you can see, when these two women spoke to each other and shared their stories, they were shocked. Shocked to know that they were being used so casually, and shocked to know that this man was in a relationship. But how is it that he did this for years with no consequences? How is it that there are many Elphilias and Mals out there with no one saying a thing? Well, they kind of did, which is what the next section is all about. It's titled Rumors and Broken Friendships. As I mentioned in the intro, no one made a public statement before because they never had sufficient evidence. Sykkuno would always talk about the most explicit and sensitive topics in voice calls or in person, never leaving a paper trail. This was all intentional. Rumors still managed to spread. Many content creators, both big and small, would vent to their friends about his behavior. Behind the scenes for many, he'd be known as a predator who regularly took advantage of smaller and or vulnerable.
Like, this is just insane, bro. Like, saying he's a predator is like, bro. You know what I mean? Like, okay, we like chill a little bit, okay? Chill a little bit. I know you feel used and stuff like that. You thought like, this might be like the love of your life and stuff like that. You feel betrayed and stuff like disappointed. But saying that Sykkuno is a predator, it's like saying like a mouse is a predator, for a human being. It's crazy. It's crazy to say that.
Content creators. The reason why Sykkuno would abruptly stop hanging out with certain people throughout the years is because of this predatory behavior. However, he managed to keep
Really?
enough influential friends around him to legitimize his position in the space, especially seeing that many of those friends were women who would have normally stood in solidarity with any sort of victim, making it seem like he was safe enough to trust because they trusted him enough to be a friend. As Elphilia spoke with Sykkuno, she'd tell him about rumors that she had heard from someone else, about how Sykkuno had a roster of readily available women, and how they all coincidentally were smaller content creators who wouldn't dare touch him if something went wrong. Elphilia, of course, didn't believe this. After all, Sykkuno had a calculated pattern that worked perfectly in his favor. His innocent, naive demeanor wouldn't dare hurt a fly, so why would he hurt me? So here we can see DMs between Elphilia and Sykkuno. She would start this off with saying, I don't know, he said he dislikes you, referencing a friend of hers, and that you only go for girls that are small so you can manipulate them with your shy persona. Yet he is doing that to my friend right now. To which Sykkuno would say, oh yeah, I mean, I don't think that's true, but I guess people will say stuff randomly. I'm confused as to these people who think I'm going for them. I haven't really done that. But anyway, I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, like I said before, people who know me will know me, and I guess he just dislikes me, which is totally fine. She'd say, exactly. He did say the only reason you haven't gotten called out is because you go after small creators and they'll never expose you. If you ever need proof of anything, I have receipts, just in case he tries anything funny. Sykkuno would say, oh, I feel like the way VTubers are, they would love to try and expose bigger streamers. They love drama, lol. But it's not true, so I think it's
Okay, bro, like I can't just believe, that what she said, like what Mel said in a document, like she can just write stuff and, lie maybe. So, for example, saying that they know each other after they both know, like they got like that he has a girlfriend, you know like when I'm when I still remember, they talk now in December 2025, but Mel he knows Mel only in February 2026. So maybe Elphilia, knew Mel. Okay, I'm reaching, bro. I'm reaching. I'm assuming again, my bad.
fine. I don't need receipts or anything. It's fine. But
But also, it's not like, oh, you now have like you have to believe like them also, but like there are uh, like facts, like some facts are truly there, facts that basically he cheated, facts that he sent money, facts that he goes for VTubers, small VTubers. Like these are facts. You like we can't like say that's didn't happen,
I thought he was chill. I'm kind of sad he was so angry. Elphilia would say, I know, just making sure you stay safe no matter what, love. Sykkuno would continue saying, I mean, why is he bringing up so much anyway, though? To which she'd say, he's jealous of you, I'm just playing League with him, and he brought you up out of the blue. To which he'd say, I don't think there's much to be jealous of, lol. But hopefully he feels better soon. And Elphilia ends this by saying, he said you hurt 5 of his friends, apparently. So this was on the 22nd of December after they had met IRL, and Elphilia had no reason to doubt him, right? She still had no idea that he had a girlfriend since 2021. This is why she was still so readily siding with him. And speaking of cheating, this is what would lead us to the section, Sykkuno's girlfriend. The coincidence that would lead me to finding out the truth about Sykkuno happened last week. A popular male VTuber tried to slide into my DMs to presumably get in my pants, and when I rejected him, he immediately started to mention nasty rumors about Bao. Out of concern for her, I reached out to a mod who then connected me with Bao. The 3 of us struck up a conversation when I mentioned I was nervous about a date I was going on. They asked me who it was. When I said my date was with Sykkuno, they immediately told me not to go on the date for my own personal safety. Bao told me that at the end of March, Sykkuno's girlfriend reached out to her regarding a controversial tweet Bao made last year in 2025. She asked Bao if it was true that the tweet was about Sykkuno. So this tweet in question, right, if you were on Twitter back in October 2025,
Oh, okay. Bao is a VTuber. I was like, who the hell is Bao now?
have probably seen it. It went absolutely viral, and it simply just said, if you're an up-and-coming female content creator with a small but growing audience and a much larger and successful male content creator approaches you out of nowhere and showers you with attention on stream, in DMs, etc., don't walk, run. To 99% of people, this was Bao giving smaller content creators very well needed advice. In reality though, this was a subtweet directly referencing Sykkuno's behavior. Because the document would continue, they called, as in Bao and Sykkuno's girlfriend, and Bao explained to her that other women had confided in her about similar experiences with him. She described a pattern of behavior where he targeted small female content creators and pressured them into having sex with him. Bao then offered to connect her with these other victims so they could share their experiences with her directly.
I don't know about pressured, I don't know about pressure, bro. I don't see any type of pressure coming from Sykkuno, to be honest. Like, he basically just tricking, like sending you money, spending, like money on anything, like, oh, you need money, to travel. You don't have enough money, or like I can spend like money, like I can spend like money on like food that you need, of course, to eat, and hotel and stuff like that. Like, it's basically tricking, but pressuring. I don't see that. Sadly, not sadly, my bad, not sadly, but I don't see it from Sykkuno, just because like he's okay. I can't say like he's not that kind of guy, but really, I can't see it, bro. I'm sorry,
As she
but I
felt it was
can't.
important to hear them firsthand. This was all discussed during a Discord call. And so here we can see a DM sent by Sykkuno's girlfriend on March 24, 2026 to Bao, saying, Hey Bao, I'm sorry to bother you with this, but I heard something recently that was a bit concerning and I thought I would just come ask you about it. I heard that there was possibly an instance of Sykkuno trying to get VTuber girls up to his hotel room to drink with them, and that the tweet you made about being cautious of large male streamers showering you with gifts and attention was about him, in regards to him doing it to one of your friends? Before we get back to the document, this actually reminds me of this one tweet that was posted on Twitter back in October 21st, 2025 during TwitchCon North America, where an innocent fan came across Sykkuno in the lobby of a hotel at 2 a.m. One can only wonder what he was doing there, but as you can see, rumors are very easy to spread once you spot someone in a hotel lobby at 2 a.m. The document would continue. Bao told me that 3 days before I contacted her and her mod, Sykkuno and his girlfriend were trying to reconcile after Sykkuno somehow managed to convince her that it was all a huge misunderstanding. She had no clue that I, as well as many other girls, still existed in Sykkuno's romantic and sexual life. Bao and her mod would put me in a group chat with Sykkuno's girlfriend where I would share all the screenshots you see above. She was rightfully horrified and left the group chat because she couldn't stomach reading them. This is where we can see DMs in the group chat from Sykkuno's girlfriend.
Yeah, bro. I really tried, I really tried to, like, because I see, like, he Asian, he's shy, and then he get all the money, but bro, sadly I can't do anything, like You know what I mean? Like, that's on you, bro. Like, that's on you. Like, you are a big influencer doing all that, and if it comes out, like, that's on you. Like, I can't do nothing anymore. Like, I can't stop. I will stop assuming and stuff like that. I tried, but uh, that's over. That's actually over.
saying, I've lived with him for over 2 years. We have been together since 2021. And on top of that, everything he's planning with you are things we have planned together and talk about and have done. I'm sorry. At this point, I wouldn't be able to imagine what I would feel if I was in Mal's shoes or anyone else's shoes that Sykkuno had taken advantage of. In fact, I can't imagine being his girlfriend. Hearing these rumors about someone I lived with in the same home and finding out about it this way, even after he managed to convince me that him sleeping with someone back in December 2025 was a misunderstanding. It's horrifying. This would all lead us to the final section of this document, titled To All of Sykkuno's Victims. Ever since Sykkuno's viral breakout during the pandemic lockdowns of 2020 when he played Among Us, he has always carefully curated every aspect of his behavior on stream and with friends. An innocent, romantically inexperienced boy failure who looks like an anime character and sounds like one too. This perfectly curated image would attract a large audience of women, with a lot of them openly professing how attracted they are to him. He soaked in the praise and never sought to limit the most extreme aspects of his community because it made him more desirable. He understood this and would use this curated image, as well as his legitimacy in the content creation space thanks to his followers and famous friends, to seek out any attractive cosplayers and or content creators that were small enough to be starstruck by his grand presence. It would work most of the time, as he'd use the same calculated pattern that he used with me and Elphilia to lure them in, and eventually fly them out to the next convention or event that he went to with the goal of hooking up. What these many women didn't know, though, is that he'd always lie about the fact that he's single, that behind the scenes, he had a neglected and depressed girlfriend that he'd been with since 2021 and who has lived with him since 2024 in the same house. I implore the many other victims to come out about their experiences with this predator, and I end this document with a recording of Sykkuno in which he admits to everything, especially with how he cheated on his girlfriend with my friend and was intending to do that with me as well. For context, this was shortly after I had messaged his girlfriend about his cheating. 30 minutes later, he would ask if I was free for a call. As his girlfriend was crying downstairs, he somehow chose to prioritize someone that he barely met 2 months ago. She's referring to herself. I pointed this out during...
It was only 2 months ago, bro. What the hell? What the hell, dog? 2 months ago? Wait a minute, 2 months ago. Bro, 2 months ago. Wait, that was 4 days. And yeah. It was Valentine's. Yes. Valentine's 2026. That's when he and she came out with that exposing like, okay. Like 2 months is just crazy, bro. Like y'all barely know each other and yeah, like this is crazy, bro. Okay, keep on
the
going.
call. Here's the link. So the link isn't here right now, but obviously it will be by the time this video comes out. It's okay though, because I have the video. And if you're wondering why you should watch it here, well, it's because Sykkuno's voice is so damn low. The guy was whispering as if someone was after him with a gun. They could barely tell what he's saying. I actually bothered to add subtitles. This whole recording is 17 minutes long, and as
Yes,
the document
sir.
stated, he pretty much admits to everything.
W
Watch.
Mujin, I guess.
Hello.
Thomas?
Hello.
So?
Well, pretty much know most of it.
Yeah? Like what?
Know what?
No, you can tell me. Like what?
Know what?
No, you can tell me.
Okay. Well, wasn't very honest.
Oh.
About sing.
About what? You have to speak up a little bit. Your mic's cutting out.
Sorry, always happens. About being single, and I just wanted to tell you how it happened.
Uh-huh. You're still gonna have to speak up a little bit, by the way. You're still cutting out a lot.
Sorry, I talk quietly.
Yeah, but you never talk this quietly.
I'm sad.
It's the actions of your... Well, it's the consequence of your own actions, I suppose.
I know.
Mm.
So basically, I was in a very happy relationship.
Doesn't sound like it, but sure.
Well, let me finish. I
Continue.
was in a very happy relationship a long time ago.
Long time ago. What, like
And then,
2021?
I don't know the exact time, honestly, but a long time ago. Then it got a lot less happy.
How so?
I don't fully know. She just stopped hanging out with me that much. And
Stop hanging out with you. She lives with you.
yeah, I mean, well,
You're gonna have to speak up. I can't hear a single sentence that comes out of your mouth.
Thanks for the card, bro. I
You
would
did?
never cut, bro. Oh my
it says so
god.
here.
Okay, I'm just
But
asking because
okay,
you're.
I will cut. I will cut. When I do, the original content will still come out, chill a little bit. But with these reaction videos, I will never cut. Hell nah, bro. If I have an editor, cut all what you want, bro. Edit however you want. But if I don't have an editor, I'm not cutting, bro. I'm not cutting for reaction videos. Hell nah. Um, I just really do it for the fun. Right now, it's like um, it's like you do something productive. Also, through watching these kind of videos, and also you give like a little bit of content on your own. As you can see, like it's 42 minutes. I did 2 hours, so over 1 hour of basically me just talking. 1 hour and 20 minutes. But I mean, I understand like she is angry, probably mad and stuff like that. Um, but let's hear him out. You know what I mean? Like, so he was happy in a relationship. Then it kind of stopped. She stopped. He said she stopped hanging out with him. You know, like I don't know what happened for real. But it could be like let's just imagine, okay? You are a better, like you are like a real better, like maybe even like gamma or something like that, right? And you have a girlfriend, but you are like maybe just playing games all the time, you know what I mean? Like, and like your personality, your character is not all that, like you are basically good at streaming, playing games, having fun like that, but in a relationship, basically you are trash. Like it can be like that, like actually I don't know many people who are good in relationships, like for real, but I can see that he's not good in a relationship, especially when it's his first relationship. I can't say it, for me, my first relationship, like she was like completely in love with me, I would say, but like nah, I can't say that like that. That sounds too cocky. You know what I mean? But I would say she really did love me, but yeah, if you want to know the story, just see one of
Went
these videos.
quiet.
Find it.
Anyway, so I was very, very happy.
Mm-hmm.
And at some point, it wasn't so happy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exactly when, but like we stopped spending time together. Um, we hadn't done it together for years.
Or what? I couldn't hear that part.
I said we hadn't done anything together for like years,
Mm-hmm.
and I was just very sad and alone. Didn't feel wanted at all.
Mm-hmm. So you slip with Elfie in Paris.
Yeah,
And
Okay, because oh my god, bro, like I don't really want to go into it, but because then it's like, okay, he's trying to get to be biased now and stuff like that. But bro, like, it's really like it could be, like some relationships are really like that, like first you're, I don't know how you say it, love it over heals or something like that. Heals over, I don't know what it is, like, but like the first year might be always like really good, but then it's like kind of boring, and it sounds like it's mutual, or even like his girlfriend like just like didn't want, but I really want to hear his side, bro. Like he need to he bro, he gotta address that, bro. He got to bro, you better 7 days ago. Okay. We waiting on you, Saikuno. Um, but it really like, you know, uh, it sounds, of course, I can't just blindly believe him, but it sounds like it's like that's really how he felt, like alone and stuff like that. What it is possible, but we don't know. We don't know. If it's true, I mean, I see that, like, I see a lot of relationships like it just, the spark is not there. Well, that's basically, it can be on both, man and woman. But bro, like, you you can be the spark, like as a man or a woman, you can be the spark who can keep on lighting it up. You know what I mean? But I guess if you are like beta or gamma, not saying that I'm alpha or something like that, or I can keep on making the sparks, because I never had like a girlfriend who lived with me, so I can't speak on that. But bro, it will it I mean, for me it's not getting boring, but I don't know, like, for example, with me, like, if nah, I don't even want a girlfriend, because it's so difficult nowadays. Like, I just do basic but really important healthy stuff, like walking, cooking, sleeping, a little bit of reaction and stuff like that. That's basically it, because bro, I'm an adult, like I'm not doing that much anymore. Um and to find a girlfriend who is like that and also vegan, into spiritualism, it's like, bro, like, I don't even really want somebody to be with me, you know what I mean? Like, like it's really difficult, you know what I mean? Um so it's like, I don't know, but um yeah, it's, let's just keep going.
And
Let's just
then
keep
you
going.
flirted with me and were telling me how you wanted me to come visit you in Vegas and how you wanted to go on a date and how you were serious about me and how you really meant and how you wanted to go get a cat together.
Um, yes,
Yeah. Why? Why didn't you just break off the relationship then?
because a combination of remembering how it was, some part of me hoping it would go back to that, and
Well, obviously it's not gonna go back to that if you're actively cheating on her. It's only gonna get worse. I think that's really on you, bud. And I know you're
yeah,
smarter than that.
I'm not.
I mean,
Okay, you don't have to like what I'm getting, what I'm trying to get at is like, like for example, like I was in a relationship, long distance relationship, and after such long time, whoever is still in there, like I guess you can know now and don't have to find that video. But it's like I never know because I was in a long distance relationship, so this when y'all see each other, y'all happy as hell, like the spark is there. But also, sadly, I was young and dumb, and there was also drama involved, uh, which makes it like basically never boring. And I don't know if women kind of like that kind of drama. It wasn't that much drama, but there was also like some kind of drama, involved, like all these emotions and stuff like that. But yeah, like I would say like she really did love me. Why do I say that? Because, bro, so basically I cheated. I cheated, and by riding with other girls, which that's why at the beginning I was like, okay, where is the cheating level? But it's always the opinion. But yeah, basically she found out about it, and she still didn't break up with me, And bro, like that's how much she loved me, and I would say, and she was perfect, like the way she was perfect, but um, well, wanted more experience, I wanted more experience and stuff like that, and I broke up with her then, like that is like crazy, what I did. But again, like of course it's not an excuse, but I was pretty young and dumb, and like just didn't want to marry. After seeing all my 30 years of life, basically, I'm happy. Like it sounds crazy, but I'm happy how everything turned because you always do mistakes. Like you will never make a perfect life. With everything you did do rightly. Like all the right decisions. Like we are human beings. We are not perfect. So it's like we do make mistakes. We are really dumb and stuff like that. But at some point in your life, like at some age, that's why I'm like, like that's why I said like I don't want a relationship because mm, like the possibility could be still there, like that I cheat. I mean, the probability would be really, really, really small, but it will, like, it can always be there, I would think. But my mindset nowadays, I feel like it's so strong, that I wouldn't. But I mean, you never know. That's why I'm saying like there is a small percentage that it could happen, but it's like almost not. But I don't want to do the same thing twice, the same mistake twice. I don't think I would do that. But also like also she could cheat on me, or like like something can always happen, like in a relationship. And nowadays I don't even think these are real relationships, even if the relationship I had was like not like really, really real, um you just like the image about this person, but it's like y'all basically do go different lanes and only meet each other in bed, basically. You know what I mean? And most of the times, and that's something that I don't really want, where we are connected like all the time, when we live together and stuff like that. We are, we relate to each other like for real and not like, you do, I'm gaming all the time, she is with her girls and stuff like that, and again, meeting in bed, basically. But outside of it, it's like you do you, you do you, and sometimes argue, which see, like people say it's normal, but nowadays I'm like, bro, like a relationship, like a real relationship, there should not be like arguments. You know what I mean? Because if you really just go off facts and not opinions, because opinions can be different, but opinions like ultimately doesn't matter, because it's like my opinion is Ronaldo is the best player. Your opinion is Messi is the best player. But the fact is, for example, like Messi has the most Ballon d'Ors. You know what I mean? Like we can go off facts or we can go off opinions. You know what I mean? And why go off opinions if there are facts, the truth? Opinions are basically just what we made up, you know? So yeah, relationship, to have a real relationship is to have like truth, and not opinions, arguments, and then
For
yeah.
fuck's sake, you're a 34-year-old man. Yes, you are. Stop acting like you're a child.
Don't think that's what I'm acting like, but
I mean, you say you're not smarter than that, but you are. You're a 34-year-old man. You just chose to do it. You knew damn well in the back of your head that it wasn't gonna end up well.
yeah, but it's complicated.
It's really not.
So
Cheating is just bad. She hasn't done anything to ask for it to be cheated on. It's pretty cut and dry.
yeah, but she relied on me to take care of a lot of things. Yeah, but she relied on me.
He stopped for a millisecond if he really want to say that or not, because I would say he really is, private and stuff like that, and he doesn't go crazy saying a lot of stuff, but relied on me to take care of a lot of things, like what? Like rent, food, everything, and she just doing what she wants? Could be, but bro, like I'm telling you, like the way Sykkuno is, like what I see from him is like most women can easily use him. You know what I mean? Like if Mel would be like his girlfriend, she would use him, easily. Easily. It doesn't matter if it's a 15-year old. If 15-year gap, like if you are more dominant, you are just more dominant. And I see that basically almost everybody will be more dominant than Sykkuno, sadly. And that's a serious thing, where men are just not that, sadly, Okay, relied on me to take care of a lot of things,
To
okay.
take care of a lot of things, and I still cared about her.
Okay, that doesn't mean that you do that because you wanted to, not because she was like holding it against you or forcing you to.
No,
Exactly. So there's still
Sykkuno, bro, we have to talk, bro. I can't see that. Nobody, bro. Bro, okay, wait, maybe I will write him, maybe he will write me back, because, nah, probably not, because, bro, like, is not following me, so he will not see that I sent him a message, okay, yeah, probably not. But if you clip it, maybe, because I'm like, bro, like, you have to change something, bro. Like I just feel bad for him. Of course, I feel bad also for the women, who are um, his victims and stuff like that. But yeah. Um, of course I can relate to him more because I mean he is a Asian man, a shy Asian man who doesn't know better. I was there. I was him basically. That's why I'm like, bro, we are all human beings, like I can relate basically to almost everybody because bro, we all cried. We all laughed, we all were angry at some point. We all were jealous at some point. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
Still no excuse for you to cheat on her.
Not saying there was one, just explaining why it happened.
The only reason why it happened is because you just chose to do it. I
That
don't
is
know why
true.
you
That is
decided
true.
to lie to me, because you know damn fucking well that lying, especially, is like a big thing I do not tolerate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was fine about the Alfie thing because I was like, okay, he didn't know me before that, right? But then I find out you've had a girlfriend this entire time. Do you realize how fucked up that is? Because not only were you, because sure, you didn't lead Alfie on. Alfie acknowledges that you didn't lead her on, right? Because I've talked to Alfie. I'm friends with her. I've been friends with
Yeah.
her before I even met you.
I've been friends with her before I even met you. So, okay, we run it back. Maybe my story could be, right. Like, Elfie, December 2025, hooked up with, no, Sykkuno hooked up. They hooked up. They hooked up. And then there was rumors, a male friend, maybe a Mujin, saying he's friends with all a lot of VTubers, and then they basically plotted all that to go do that masterpiece of a video, I guess. That's a real plot. That's a real plot, but I sometimes I'm just, it's assuming,
Um,
assumption.
Okay.
Okay.
like, she acknowledges that you didn't lead her on. You led me on, though. You did lead me on, though.
Yeah.
You
Well,
gave me all these fancy ass promises about, oh, we're gonna go on a date when you come visit here. What, so you could cheat on your girlfriend again? So you could sleep with me so you could cheat on your girlfriend again?
that wasn't
What were you
what I
intending with
wanted
that?
to. Well, I thought it was going to be over.
But what?
Like I thought that was gonna be the end of that.
The end of what?
My previous relationship.
You were gonna break up with so you could date me, or what?
Well, like I said, it'd been a long time where like we hadn't spent time together. Hadn't
Hmm.
done anything in years,
Mm-hmm.
and in my head, I thought that was
I heard it a few times. He already, like, how you say it, psychologically he already ended the relationship, you know we don't know much about that, but like for example, I know like somebody, like for example, she was in a abusive relationship, okay? She was already done with the relationship, but you know like didn't stop, and then she broke, like someday she broke up with him. But it's already like some people, what I mean by that, some people are already mentally done with the relationship, so it's not like real cheating. And I don't want to like say that this his girlfriend is like using him and dominating him, but it can really be like, bro, the way he talks, bro, the way he talks is like you can do anything with him and he is not doing nothing about it, like basically, you know. Maybe yes, she has something in his hand. Okay, okay, I'm assuming again. My
At
bad.
some point, be over.
What? I couldn't hear you.
I said, I thought that meant that was going to be like the end of it.
So you were already moving on before you even broke up with her. Were you
Yes.
intending to break up with her, or were you just waiting for her to break up with you?
No, I don't know. It was
So
just a really weird.
I just
Just a really weird, like, bro, like he definitely doesn't have the ball to break up with her. Definitely, like I can feel it in my guts, in my Asian guts, bro.
Mix of like,
Pause. Wait, what?
I just want to understand this. So what was your intention with me? Like where was I in this whole thing? Like were you intending to date me after her? Like were you intending to just ditch to go date me?
She only wants to know, am I the main character, you know, or not? Or was I just a side piece and a side character?
um, I mean, I guess for me, it felt like it was already.
What?
I mean, I guess for me, it felt like it was already. Oh,
But that's not what I
already.
asked. I'm talking about me.
You know, or what?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking.
You were thinking to just ditch her and then date me. What, were you gonna do the same thing to me? I'm sorry, but like you're not really selling this whole relationship thing really well. If this is the type of relationships you uphold.
It's fine. I'm not trying to sell it.
I can tell.
Just trying to explain what's going on.
Yeah. The thing is, if I never reached out to Bao, because I didn't even reach out to Bao about you, right? I reached out to Bao about because he's lied behind my back to a bunch of people, and I was not okay with that. And then started lying about Bao. That's when I reached out to Bao.
See how complicated that stuff is? You know what I mean? Like this kind of drama and stuff like that. Like this guy or what or she, you know, like started talking bad about me and then I have to resolve it. But I guess, you know, that's how she found out.
I became friends with her roommate, and then I was talking with a little bit back and forth, and then um, you came up in the topic, and then she told me you had a girlfriend, and that your girlfriend has been venting to Bao this entire time about how you gaslight her into staying. You make her feel bad anytime that she like wanted to leave because you cheated on her, and she knew that you cheated on her. She just didn't know who. Because you never told her that it was Elfie, you just told her that you cheated on her in Paris. I think. I don't know if you told her, but I knew she knew.
Yeah, I did tell him.
Why? Why go through all this trouble?
Because didn't know how to
I mean, for God's sake, if the only thing why you even stayed with her is because she relied on me for a lot of things, you can afford to take care of her for a little bit before she gets back onto her like her feet. Like, at least don't put her through the trouble of like telling her like, oh, like I'm still gonna be with you, like telling her that you're still her boyfriend while actively cheating on her every single day.
yeah, I mean, you're right. I should have just said how I felt.
Like you could have just dead ass if the only thing that you were concerned about is the fact that she relied on you for things, you could have just supported her until she got back onto her feet. So she could support herself. You know?
And it wasn't just that.
Then what
I
else?
think somehow hoping it would go back to how things used to be.
Well, I also already told you cheating is not going to make it go back to how it used to be.
It's a lot easier to say that way.
It's the truth. It's the harsh truth. Nothing is going to go back the same way that it was if you're going to cheat on someone actively.
Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to change.
You're going to change what?
That's it. Everything.
What do you mean that's it?
Just gonna change that.
You're going to stay with her?
You're right.
Because honest to God, I feel like the poor girl's been through enough. I don't think you should have to sit there and keep doing this to her. Because I was in a group chat with her while you were on stream. And this girl.
I'm this much, not I'm just I'm making bread. But if you're not interested, that's fine too. I'll give you the short version if you can't. Okay.
Was absolutely distraught because of the shit that you've done to her. The shit that you've put her through. Like, genuinely. Do you know how much that fucks someone up? Like, you already cheated on her once, and she decided to trust you still. She decided to stay with you, despite the fact that you already had cheated on her and admitted to it. And what do? You go onto Twitter and go find the next girl to flirt with. Like, if anything, honest to God, I'm not even mad at this point. I'm just disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
Yep, that's fair.
I don't like how the way she talks, bro. Oh my god, bro, it's getting on my nerves. Even if she's, even if she's like stating like facts, you know, but there's something about her. Okay, that's just me though.
Because she's been crying to Bao about it. Bao's been sitting there,
Who
like,
is
comforting this
Bao?
girl.
Is that a man or a woman? You know, Bao VTuber.
We're gonna be doing whale and I caught toad and I was like, well, we're not catching any fish. So
That sounds like a girl. Yeah. Okay.
Trying to tell her, hey, maybe you should leave him. Because this isn't okay.
But why
This
did?
really isn't okay.
But why isn't she
You're
leaving?
putting this girl through mental strain. Every single day. That you continue to be with her. While you're sitting there having fun playing with your friends. Be so honest right now, Thomas.
So you think?
Wait. So I really need to know, is is it uncomfortable for y'all if it's silence? You know, because it do it was really uncomfortable for me in the past, you know, but after knowing what silence is like a gift, you know what I mean? Like um it's a break from basically everything. Um but yeah, what do we like is s- long silence, nobody's talking awkward for y'all? Because for me it sure ain't.
You might be right.
Yeah. Like, if it is money that she doesn't have, or if it's a job, or if it's family, or
I
blah blah
already
blah blah.
gave her a lot.
Yeah, well, there, exactly. Just help her back on her feet until she can support herself, and then just leave the girl alone. Because she deserves better than that. Because you cannot sit there and be like, I love her, but do all of this shit to her and continue to let her stay in that situation.
Well, one part of that wasn't true.
wasn't true.
What?
I mean, I think the feelings faded.
Well, then you should just let her go. Instead of just sitting her there wasting her time.
I think they waste each other's time
Okay,
at
well,
that point.
And
anyway,
also, why'd you get on a call with me when she's right now she's upset? I know she lives with you.
I already talked to her,
Yeah, you should
and
be
I
there to
told her I'm going to talk to you first.
comfort her. She's the one that you cheated on.
No, I'm going to be doing that. I just wanted to settle this first.
This is not settled. I'm beyond upset with you. Like genuinely beyond upset with you.
I mean, that's fine. By settled, I mean like that's that's it. Like
What's it?
probably never talking again.
You and me?
Yes,
What? Why? Hmm?
See, I like that laugh, like what, me? Like, okay.
is that not why?
What is why I'm still upset with you, but you didn't cheat on me. You can still
What?
talk to me and be like make up for your actions. Don't get me wrong. 'Cause
even he doesn't understand, like, what? Bro, she is also just a sim, bro. Like,
I always am there for second chances, but I never will forgive you for cheating on her. That's that.
you will never forgive him to cheat on her. You know what I mean? Like, then you always have it in the back of your mind. Like, let's say they will be in a relationship. You will have always have it in your mind, you know? It's like it will always be there, and then you will always, I hope not. I hope I'm wrong, but probably you will be insecure, like looking at his Twitter messages and Discord messages, like control. Because, bro, like, but she really, yeah, finds out like, oh, maybe I'm not the main character here, right? Like, what was that? Valley Yuki, bro. This is bro, okay. And I messaged Elfie and she said she saw the same thing and her windows were shaking. No car pass, nothing. Just simply happened. What? So scary. Oh, my friends, lol. Sykkuno, chat. Sykkuno has a girlfriend. He's been cheating on her with both me and Elfie. They've been dating since 2021. Bao told me and added me to a group chat with her. What? Scandalous. What the hell? Why do man, bro? I'm still shocked. Okay.
Um,
There are a lot of girls that are upset with you, by the way, because Alfie's not the only one that has hit me up.
yeah, that sounds like you've heard things.
Yeah, and you lied to me a lot about that too.
Um,
A lot. Because how big was the roster again?
I don't think I ever had one of those.
I mean, maybe not at the same time, but you sure
What
how
did she
big was the
say?
roster again?
Ah, okay.
I don't think I ever had one of those.
I mean, maybe not at the same time, but you sure do hop around.
Um, suppose so.
Yeah. All I care about right now is that it's okay.
Okay.
Keep me updated on that.
Um,
He be hopping though. He
I don't
be
know if that's
hopping
a
though.
possibility.
You can keep me updated on how she's doing. You can keep me updated on when she moves out, because I don't think she should be living with you anymore.
Um, I don't think you need me to do that.
I mean, yeah, I care about her.
Yeah,
Like,
she can do that.
true. I'll just reach out to her then. But yeah, no, just like go talk to her. She needs you right now.
Yeah, okay. Oh, bye.
Bye, Thomas.
Shortly after the call, the last thing Mal would ever say to Sykkuno
Wait. $40. What kind of phone call did I heard? What? Because she basically said somewhere um like she still wants to talk, with him and stuff like that, even after knowing all that, like it's because of the money, as Gold said, because of the money and fame, probably cloud and stuff like that.
would be, I'm beyond disappointed in you. So look, according to Mal, there are countless other victims. It is completely up to them on whether they want to come out with their side of the story or not. For now, though, we can confirm at least 2 different people that were completely misled by him as he cheated on his girlfriend so comfortably. In those 2 instances, we can see him also using the same playbook, the same tactics, sending them money, making them feel special, following their personal Instagram, wanting to meet ASAP, to hook up, everything. And I think one thing that personally struck me was how only 30 minutes after his girlfriend found out about his cheating and probably confronted him, he chose to run upstairs and prioritize Mal, someone he met 2 months ago, all while his girlfriend was crying downstairs, gutted, heartbroken. There's a reason people say with great power comes great.
I mean, what do you expect from, like, let's just say from a beta, or gamma or something like that? Like, what do you expect? But be like, no, okay, no. eh, okay, you should not never think about yourself as better or whatever, but do know you can change into an alpha always, okay?
Responsibility, because once you have this power that Sykkuno possessed, you can so easily take advantage of others. So as a content creator, you have a very clear choice, and unfortunately, Sykkuno decided to be the worst person possible. I wish all the victims in this travesty the absolute best, and I also encourage them to speak out. When it rains, it pours. And right now, the first drop has hit the ground. Sykkuno and anyone else who seeks to take advantage of their position need to be held accountable. And for anyone who grew up watching him during quarantine, who looked up to him, I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, ruining whatever ideal image you had of him in your head. In any case, if more victims decide to speak out, then I will most likely stream me reading all of them on my channel later on. For the time being though, please, if a larger content creator reaches out to you, even if you don't make content, please always be extremely skeptical and know that they probably don't see you as the most special person in the world. They've probably done this to many others already. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I really
Man, if any of these big influencers reach out to me, bro, do know I will take that opportunity. You know what I mean?
really appreciate it. If you want a healthy alternative to an energy drink, then definitely use the code MUJIN at
But
GamerSubs.
not in that way. Not in that way. What is he selling? What is that?
10% off. And if you want exclusive content like high energy drink, then
Anime girl feet. Oh, okay. 1 out of 10 chance to receive alert tab. Welcome to Gamer Subs. Sleeps. Okay.
Definitely use the code Mugen at Gamersubs for 10% off. And if you want exclusive content like high quality art and exclusive yapping videos, then definitely check out stacked.com. It's like Patreon, but better. I love you so much platonically. Come on, platonically. I'm not.
Okay. She was cooking him in that call, but then decided to jump in the flames with him, wanting to keep in touch. You know what I mean? Like, thank God somebody said it right away in the first comment. Because, bro, like, how do you say all that? Like, disgusting behavior. You know what? Like, what you did, disappointed, beyond disappointed, mad, and stuff like that. But then, like, still want to keep in touch. Why? Like, I only see a few reasons why. Like the cloud, again, the past. Like she knows him. From Among Us. Role model and stuff like that. And then money, like she got sent money. And then you like, I mean, she did the right thing, I guess. To expose him, but he will probably never like talk to her again, and send money and stuff like that because he wants to change. I mean, if he really will change, that's something we don't know, but I can make him change for real, like I can fix him. All these girls couldn't, but I can fix him, like get him some spiritual into him, knowing what he really truly is, and then he can become an alpha. Okay. In the call, she sounds more mad to be the side chick. Yeah. Sykkuno was getting bodied the entire call, and then his plot armor kicked in at the last minute. So what I've gathered is everyone is unlikable except the poor girlfriend. We don't know about the poor girlfriend, okay? Maybe she is also unlikable. Well, it just goes to show a golden retriever is still a dog. Yes. Sorry to say, like most men are all dogs, bro. Like if you show me some bones, I might go get it. You know what I mean? Like it is as simple as that, bro. Like it is really as simple as that. If I'm ever 30 years old talking about some my dating my dating XP bar is low, low, lol, the ooh. Please shoot me in the okay, chill, bro. A manipulator meets a manipulative opportunist. Huh, yeah, okay. Google Dog Girl is giving vibes of, well, if I can't have you, no one can to be she always I feel I assume I'm sorry for assuming again. Yeah, I do a lot of assuming this video, but I assume that she like tried, because I mean, at least she has morals, okay? That he breaks up with his girlfriend, current girlfriend, and then maybe she can be the girlfriend and use him. Okay, my bad. I assumed again. It's giving she was trying to get him to dump his girlfriend for her. She failed, so instead just decided to put him on blast. Okay. 2K, the wild take is if he had chosen Mel, she would not have exposed the darks about him. Whoa. See, like this is why I like Discord and like VTube and this whole digital thing, like we don't know their faces, so they can be like really, really sneaky and stuff like that. Like they can just do whatever, basically, like nobody knows them for real. You know what I mean? Like we don't know their real name, real phrase, and stuff like that, so they don't have anything to lose. They can just expose. people and stuff like that. Like this is, I don't know. You break up with her and date me. Lol, everyone here is crazy. Your girlfriend needs to move out ASAP so I can move in. Vibes. The only victim here is his girlfriend. The girl in the VC gotta be insane, bro. Look, I'm going to be honest. If I got cheated on for multiple years, and my friend who was supposed to be to defend me told my cheating partner, "Oh, but we can still be friends. I believe in second chances." I would crash out and cut off everyone involved. This male girl is like, on your girlfriend, you can still talk to me though. The 180 when she said you didn't cheat on me. Holy F. Don't get me wrong, Sykkuno is absolutely in the wrong, and this girl Mel did tell him what he needed to hear at the beginning of their call. But after all that, she is not any better than him. I tell you, like, what do you expect? Like, there are two Sims, bro. Two Sims. Like, but I mean, bro, okay, first of all, she is only 19. I have to defend now, like her also. Yeah, like she is 19, bro. Okay, she is 19. Like she might just want like okay, I don't know if it's real love because bro. But she also wants just as like also most women want just security, financially, okay, mentally and so on. I don't know if he can support you on that, to be honest, but at least financially, maybe you support yourself because most of the people nowadays they don't support each other mentally, sadly, just financially and stuff like that, and then like they get to bed sometimes, but mentally, like some bro, sometimes there is no mental help, support and stuff like that, which is really bad. Okay, how long did we do? 2 hours and 51 minutes, almost 3 hours. If you watched, listened until the end, please like and subscribe. I did overtime for this, bro. Like I did really overtime. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.